chance. 12 dust.
Well, okay, cool. 12 dust then.
Hey. Yeah, I was gonna, because we usually do like getting gear and stuff like that on stream, anyways.
Yeah, it's fine. Stream should be up and running.
All right. If it's up and running. Welcome everybody back to Rogue Trader. Last time, mostly shopping, as I recall. And at the very end, Elshian was contacted by Bada Bra to say that she wanted the Hollow Atlas back, and also that she had recovered Marcus Urquides and was repaying him saving her life back on Agaria. So, before we get into that, people are going to wrap up some acquisitions. So, Bob, what do you want to roll for? You have one.
I think it's the Baleful Eye is what I like.
Cool. Sometime later, just send me a new token with Baleful with that, like a little eye scribbled on top of Ash Williams. It'll be great. Give him a Baleful monocle. So, yeah, you need to roll your acquisition. I'm pretty sure that doesn't make it.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
let's
it
take that
does.
one.
It does? What was it rolling under?
51 because of Scout's Commerce roll.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's
Congratulations.
not going to really move with the token, though. See?
No, it isn't. I just put that on there for the fuck of it.
Oh, I thought that was Bob.
Nope, that was
No,
me.
I didn't do that.
Okay. Congratulations, Bob. You now have a Baleful Eye.
Yay.
Queen!
Oh, dear.
Alrighty then. And, Mercendi, you've had a couple of days to think of stuff you want.
Yep. Am I keeping the same commerce roll?
It depends on what you're rolling for. If you're rolling for something like Archaeotech, then yeah, but depends on what you're trying to get.
Well, you may as well start with the thing that's closest to Archaeotech. I would like to upgrade both my swords to being best craftsmanship. I would like to go to the tech priests about this, as they're the ones likely to have best craftsmanship power weapons, and to sweeten the deal somewhat, I'm going to offer them a war trophy torn from the cold, dead hands of a pure form cultist.
They definitely don't like those guys. What is it?
It's a good craftsmanship power sword that that priest leader had.
Because of all of that, I will let you use your Pure Mechanicus towards this roll.
Cool. So,
Hey, look, it's that winner guy.
I
Look, winner, I got my internet back. Look at me.
see, yes. Wow.
so I've worked this out in advance. I have with Pure Mechanicus, a 61% chance. I'm going to fate point that. And I have 2 best craftsmanship power swords.
All right, then. You've got your 2 best craftsmanship power swords. I'm just going to count that as the 1, since, you're just trying to get duplicate items. What would you like to do for your other one?
You said I had 3.
Yeah, your other 2 ones, I should have said.
Right. Next, I would like to try to get a lathe pattern jump pack.
Aren't those, like, installed on you? I thought they were cybernetics.
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other thing. Never mind. Never mind. I'm thinking of the
Yeah.
Altus or the Atlas. Altus something pattern. Never mind.
Yeah. This is the big, bulky backpack version.
I'll let you keep that first one. Sure.
Cool. So that's 67. That is 91% chance.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay, and for your last one.
For my last one, I would like to try to get a best quality crew improvement. Get everyone spiffy new uniforms, install some extra lighting, just make everyone happier and better at their job.
All right, I think I'll have Scout roll another commerce to be on the. Oh, she already did, and she critically successed. So
So that would have been double assisted again. So how many degrees of success is that?
lots. You can't get below like 1. You're not going to go into negative degrees of success. Although it adds on top of the things, so that would be 91, 100, 100,
111.
111. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the same number of DOS as last time. So 51% chance here. Yeah, crew has been improved.
Look at you, making your crew all spiffy. All right, Winter. Winter? Pets in Winter? Am I still
I'm here.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm getting food.
Okay. Have you decided on what you wanted?
2 out of 3.
All right. Well, what's the first one then?
Action skull.
What's the availability on that?
I think it was it extremely rare. I think so.
Extremely rare? Was that it, Mercendi?
I didn't-
100 of faith and coin.
Faith and coin, you say?
Yeah, it's extremely rare.
Extremely rare. And if it is extremely rare, that is a minus 30, which cancels out your negligible modifier of plus 30.
Scout.
So
The dice have spoken. Sorry, I never negative 20 to that shit. I don't know how to interact with it.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, just roll under your profit factor. Pretty sure your profit factor's above that right now.
Mhm.
Okay, you get it. What's your other one? You said you knew 2 out of 3.
And then, you cut out there. The other one's what was it? The thing we were talking
The
about.
incinerator.
It was incinerator. Okay.
I mean, you know what?
Okay,
I'll do this commerce again, but without the negative, because you want to set things on fire. I'm okay with that. There you go. I tried this time, obviously, when I heard you needed a thing to make your burnies burnier. I'm all down with that.
I tried to contest. I did not. I did not succeed. I wasn't going to contest on the first couple ones because it was Mechanicus, but that one. I actually should have tried to. I was going to contest, and then I saw you rolled a 3. Okay, so I assume that Winter gets that. What with his 15?
Scout and I both rolled a 15.
Yep.
Good
I
job.
have no idea what I want from my last one.
Okay. Do you have armor?
Should get a servo
Pretty
skull
shit.
called Bob.
Does it wear sunglasses?
At night.
Spooky. All right. Do you have armor?
Yeah, I think so. What do I get? I know I copied it over.
Flak armor, the best kind.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, it looks like flak armor.
Oh, you still have flak armor. Well, I'd suggest rolling for armor that's not flak.
So something 5 anyway.
Yeah. So what do you want? Light carapace, light power armor, or power armor?
Let's try for light power armor.
Okay, light power armor is near unique. You're getting it for your. Hmm?
It's extremely rare.
It's extremely rare, really. I thought it was near unique.
It's near unique for guardsmen.
It goes beep bop beep beep bop beep beep bop.
It was like about half a meter away through a couple of inches of solid wood, but I've moved it slightly more than half a meter away in the other direction now.
Weird.
The only way to find out if it works. You never know.
Well, I mean, you rolled a 6, and you're getting you're going for common craftsmanship, so you're gonna get good craftsmanship.
Yay.
Congratulations. That means at the beginning of every combat, it counts as having. No, at the beginning of every round of combat, it counts as having 1 more point of armor than it does. So remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is about everyone's acquisitions, other than the fact that M didn't do any acquisitions last time. Did you want to, M?
That would depend on what type of acquisitions I could get. Could I get acquisitions
3.
from? Yes, but could I get acquisitions from, say, the Elder?
Oh boy, 1v5 is my favorite.
Because you're playing an Eldar character? Sure. Not Harlequin gear, though.
No, it would be. Yes, I just need a Harlequin's kiss, please. No.
I was more thinking the flip belt, but sure.
No, it would be a small Falcon grav tank. No, I'm not sure what I need. I have to think about it.
Okay. Yeah, just roll for a contingent of Bane Blades. I'm pretty sure you can
exactly.
actually do that as a rogue trader. It's gonna be fun. Let's do it. Hey, Merzendi, do you want Bane Blades?
I don't have space on the ship for them.
Especially because you have a very mustard-stained Imperial Knight there now. That reminds me, Bob, did you ever decide that you were really, really tired of the incredibly ecclesiarchy bent one? I'm not going to force you to play an Imperial Knight that you don't want to. You can reroll if you do.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm more than willing to go with the RP here. It'll only
Alright.
make things more interesting.
Well, I guess while we are giving M time to think about it, let's find out if if a certain rogue trader appreciates his character's Eldarish nature. Yeah.
Yes.
The very sneaking going aboutsness. Now, I didn't make a map for this simply because I couldn't really find something that looked as cool as I wanted it to. So we're going to do some sweet theater of the mind here, kiddies. All right. So unless anyone wants to do or roll for anything, we're going to get to the recovery of Marcus Urquides. I will take your silence as a no. All right. So, you have been told that the Eldar are wanting the Hollow Atlas back, and that's about it. By your
No,
other
I
Eldar
wasn't.
companion.
He was. Elshian was that evasive. I wasn't even told I wanted it back. I was told they wanted a meeting and I should bring it.
Oh, right.
Let's not paint Eljian in any more of a favorable light than we have to.
Yes, yes. Especially since I couldn't talk last session.
If you die, this is going to be very amusing for me. All right. So, you have been told to bring the Hollow Atlas to the Xenosium. Who all are you going to take with you, Ambrosia?
Any officers want to come?
Yay, nay?
I don't know if I'm with the crew at this point yet.
I think this is the day afterwards.
Oh, wouldn't I have started going in for all that surgery shit though? So I might not be available regardless.
I mean, that really happened. This all happens in like a timey-wimey thing. You guys are here for weeks for repair.
Alright, fine then. Yeah, sure, I'll be around.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we addressed that, but within 24 hours, actually shy of 24 hours, I already forgot her name. Rula comes to you with the information you requested, Rosendi, about the smuggling operation.
Yes, the people who were doing their own little Amasak smuggled. Not only did I get them to come clean, I managed to organize them better so that they will not only make more money, they can give exactly what they were already making to you and still slice a profit out of it. Better for everyone. Regardless of whether you want to go at that angle, I do get them all in one place and immediately in front of you.
Alright. That arrangement seems perfectly equitable. Tell me, did you discover where it was they were growing whatever they distill into the ship's hogwash?
No, it was seeming they were moving it every time they were landside, so it's less that they were moonshining and more that they were smuggling. If you want them to start moonshining too, I'm sure I can help push that one. I know a recipe for firewater that'll kill a mortal.
Well, there is. You would know of some that's done below decks because the starship can be out for years at a time.
Yeah. That's not part of the illicit trade, so I'm not going to rat them out. I want the crew to love me as well.
Okay.
I had intended to allocate a portion of the arboretum to them, such that they would be able to grow superior crops.
You suddenly see a very painful mutation come over Rula as her retinas turn into dollar signs. It's fine.
It's good. I don't worry about it. I recover quickly from such things.
It's a good pain.
We have after all yet to embark on a voyage of more than a few months. Offer
Did you
them
do that?
perhaps a quarter of the arboretum to grow hops or similar on. See what they can make of it.
Alright. I can have him pick up some bits and pieces. Shouldn't be a problem. There you go. Your test all passed and stuff?
Yes. You can consider yourself hired.
Yeah, excellent. Happy to be aboard, Captain.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm also working on some art in the background. More like extra art because I realize that now that I think about it, this might devolve into combat. I mean, what?
It shouldn't, honestly. I would have said more if I was able to actually speak last session. I probably would have implied that the Hollow Atlas is a trade for her brother, or that's
Well,
what the Eldar wants. But
I will give you the benefit of the doubt in that it was impossible for M to talk last session, and he also didn't know that he's also been in Korea, so wasn't paying attention to chat.
yes,
So
Would
I
you
will.
like to actually summarize what you would say?
I would say that okay. So the Eldar have your brother, right?
They do.
But the Eldar have Marcus, right?
Yeah, yes, they do.
Okay, so I would say that the Eldar have actually rescued your brother, and that I would say that they would like to repay the debt they owe for saving Badab's life by returning Marcus to you, but they also want the Hollow Atlas.
Yeah, this is probably the best way to resolve it. Elshian, as you're talking, Ambrosia grabs you.
By the pointy ears.
Just, I assume
just-
you
yeah.
have that sort of like Eldar cloth thing, like weird tabardy, roby bit.
Yep.
Do you make any attempt to resist my grapple?
This also would be in private, but would you still be grappling me in private?
With less clothes
Yes.
on.
Okay.
Do you make a wiggle
I'd
check?
resist. I do make a wiggle check.
All right. So apparently, Ambrosia is using weapon skill. Do grapples work any better in this game than any other role-playing game ever?
No.
Okay, good. Then,
Yes, quite substantially better.
Unless, of course, your opponent has a natural agility 3.
That doesn't matter, you have to roll dodge.
Ah, you're right.
oh my god, dodge.
Can I just say I max dodge because I haven't spent experience for the last 3 sessions?
And we need to spend experience.
Yes.
You have 2 weeks in between sessions.
I know.
I know you're half a world away, but there's no excuse for being that bad. How dare you? That's 14 days.
Yeah.
I don't have
For the
dodge at all.
love of God, at
or
least.
parry.
For the love of God, at least spend your XP for tomorrow.
Yes. I will do that.
All right. Now, were you planning on putting any points into dodge anyways? I'm not going to say you can
Maybe.
cheese it like that, but were you going to anyways?
Maybe 1, not all 3. So
Okay.
I'd have 2 dodge.
Okay. Well, I'll let you roll with 2 dots, or even 3, but it depends on if you were going to go that far down dodge or you're going for something else. Doesn't matter, you roll to 3.
Yep.
Okay. So Ambrosia goes to grab you. You step back, and she leans in and plants a big sloppy kiss on the air, right where you had been.
Okay.
See, I told you, with less clothes on. I saw where it was going. That was a save versus the gay. She lost. Or won, really. It's a matter of perspective, frankly.
Yeah.
Elchian, that is perhaps the best news I have had all week.
I will sigh and sort of or Elshan will definitely sigh and sort of relief manner, and then yeah.
And then throw up at the thought of an monkey trying to kiss you. Throw up in your helmet. It's great.
Yes.
Don't worry, Eldar are so used to being disgusted by the monkey that all of their helmets come with vom filters. It comes out as a cloud of perfume.
Vom filter, yes. Yes.
Roses and lilacs. That's unexpected.
It actually preempts the it gives a small endorphin injection just to offset that uncomfortable part of the throwing up.
So you basically just get the you just
uncomfortableness.
get the post rush instead. Like, wow, you really
Yes.
enjoyed that kiss. Then I guess you're like, yes. Just get a switch in your brain instead. Press the button. Lean on the trigger.
When do they wish to meet us?
Robot, GM robotic insert voice here time.
All right. So I'm
Somewhere
assuming
in
that
Smarch.
yeah, I assume that Ambrosia rushes over. Who does she take with her?
It depends when the meeting is.
Later that day.
Okay, then, Beep Boop and Marion are getting a call first.
Alrighty.
Lady Marion, Lord Beep Boop, I have a regrettable piece of news. We are shortly to surrender possession of the Hollow Atlas. You have scant hours to try to make as faithful a copy and gather as much information as you can. Good luck.
All right, and you hear like a stream of static from Beep Boop.
It's the Mechanicus equivalent of like a raspberry noise.
Exactly. Let's go with that.
Is that fax machine phone sound?
No, that's just a
actually
normal
what techno-
conversation. Yeah.
Kinetics, that's literally Technolingua, the secret language of the Adeptus Mechanicus, is that like
Horrifying.
dial tone. Beep boop blah. God, you know you love it. Oh my god, I'm gonna flashback to the 90s. No, it was a terrible decade. Every decade I've been in is terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's a good decade? Let me know if you've ever discovered one. Sounds like some horseshit to me.
Oh god, I was a history major. There were no good ones.
What about the 50s? Maybe the 50s?
No!
Are they all bad?
Korean War?
Oh, bugger.
No, historical revisionism, it doesn't help. You actually look back and you're just like, oh god, so horribly racist and sexist, and oh god, there were still lynchings. Why?
Oh yeah, bugger.
Anyways, and then there was apartheid and all that stuff.
At least it was only
fun stuff.
apartheid, not a whole tide.
Belgium, why? Were the waffles worth it? All right, moving on. So yeah, you have a couple hours until you're due to meet them. What do you do?
Cheerlead for Marion and Beep Boop.
They're gonna try and crunch time gather as much information as they possibly can.
All right, sorry about that. I was taking a sip of coffee. All right, hang on. So I dropped it 100. So you know. I mean, I was meant to drop the highest number, but I did.
You dropped
didn't do
100
the-
for a crit, so that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, so I dropped 100 for a crit. So between Beep Boop and Marion, they're able to get far farther than they could have gone. So yeah, it's DH1 for the highest number.
Yep.
I'm dumb. Oh well.
Love is a fucking hunter. It's like, well, we broke the Atlas.
I mean, it's more like horrible things happen to their minds, but you know.
Sure. You gotta roll on perils of the floof.
Yep. All right. So, after the time, you are mournfully given the Hollow Atlas by a very droopy-tailed, droopy-eared navigator, Marion. And so Ambrosia is going, and Rula is going, I believe.
Yeah. For a moment, she'll seem like absolutely baffled at the sight of Marion before realizing that that is not a dog, and then look epically disappointed.
She looks at you with like equal confusion when she doesn't see another eye.
Just squints. And then she, of course, squints with 3 eyes, and my brain gets ripped out and put into warp.
Nah, she's got a cute little headdress thing over that. It's fine.
It's obviously one of the hats with the ears built into it. And yes, the eclairs. I'm too lazy to talk about to refer to it as the ecclesiarchy.
A copy of what of her findings?
Yeah, of her
Okay.
research notes.
All right. She shifty eyes at you.
I suppose, like, on the way down to it, Rula will ask to have her information filled in. Like, so I don't know much about the Eldar folk, and, your other one over there keeps looking at me funny every time I try and have a conversation with it. She smells like a witch, I don't like that either, so, you know. What do I need to know about them?
Elshan wiggles her fingers at you.
Yes.
Smells like a witch. Ugh.
They are tricky and duplicitous in many cases.
Oh, I kind of like them then.
Abominably intelligent.
Hmm.
Almost irritatingly so. No offense, Elshian, but you know it's true.
Stoically silent at the moment.
To her, that just sounds like a compliment. Ha, I'm so smart it makes
Yes.
them angry.
And of course, the fact that she does know to be true, that is in itself a problem. They're arrogant in the extreme.
Alright, I can play off that.
They're... It will be entertaining to see you try.
Please, there is no try. Only do, in the heart of fire.
Turns out the only thing that survived from the Dark Age of technology, other than like their genitor things, were copies of Star Wars Episode 5.
And Ambrosia will also fill Ruler in on the previous encounter with Babdra and how we got the whole Atlas.
Alright. Well, I mean, if they're stuck up, then do they have that whole, like, honor streak thing going for them? Because that's a really easy thing to play off against someone. Like, they totally see you guys as inferior and stuff, right? Except they actually owe you one. Seems to be a bit of a stretch, then, that they're returning one owed, and then also claiming more, you know. Then again, I suppose they could then use the argument that you kind of proved you didn't deserve it, because you let a thing happen. That's probably going to be their argument at the very least.
Yes. I do appreciate your intention to negotiate, but don't blow this off. I would rather lose the bauble and lose the opportunity to have my brother returned.
Of course, family first. I'm ambitious, not insane.
Good. Hmm. No matter.
Yeah, she'll do like a little bit of the sort of extranet sort of, I suppose the equivalent of dark side web searching for like information more about them, and then it just turns up like fucking vast quantities of pornography at a point. Oh, those are the Dark Eldar, right? Okay.
Yes.
You also have so much theorizing about Eldar ears and how sensitive they are.
Yeah, she like has like a. I imagine it's just a. In fact, yeah, her device is, I believe, a data tablet. Like not just the slate, but the proper motherfucker. So look here. Yeah. Yes. Oh no, it is just the data slate. So yeah, she's got her data slate held up like an iPad, and she's just sort of swiping through information, and then she pauses and has to like turn it slowly on its side, and then back again, and then upside down, and then back again, and they are flexible. Interesting.
Ambrosia leans over.
Yeah, she'll do it. It is a rather interestingly lurid position, like some kind of sex pretzel.
I wonder if there are still feet recorded. That is definitely flexible, yes.
Mm-hmm. How do they feel about encounters of the sexual kind? Not saying that I'd go for it. They seem to have the whole psychic thing going for them in spades, and I don't know about that shit. But it's always good to know. For science.
Elchian here is a bit of a prude.
Okay.
But our late friend Taryn, she was a Dark Elder.
Ah. Yeah, they have their own whole bookmark here. And she swipes across.
So much torture horde. And way too much gore than I'd be willing to stomach.
Yeah, it's like there's some in here that's real classy, and then there's really a lot that isn't. She'll set it closed. Ugh. I've seen demons climbing out of other demons' assholes, and even that was still one of the more troubling things I've seen on my eyes. That's gonna make it hard to sleep tonight.
You saw that close enough to know what it was and survived. Impressive.
It won't sound so impressive when you just see exactly the scale they're talking about here of this wall. There's a reason we can't need a hand. And there's a reason that I'm one of the best. She'll proudly thump her breastplate. Not a speck of ash manages to leave its surface.
Very good.
Hey, look, it's that Rem guy. Ah, Rem, the silent one.
I hear a tapping noise. I heard that.
Gross.
Good Lord, Ram. We're not in the cold north. You don't need to announce yourself by announcing your lung capacity.
You think that's my lung capacity?
Wait,
God damn. What,
is
do you
that
think
what
I'm
I didn't know belches were lung capacity. Thought that was something, some other capacity.
All right, guys. We don't need to have
Yeah.
this discussion right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Status report.
You're about to get saved. There you go. That's really all that's happened so far. The rest did some shopping. And now we're gonna go pick you up. You're probably trapped in like a little gay baby jail cage. They're like, look,
I'm
we'll let you
assuming-
out when they pick you up. Last
I'm
time we let
assuming
you
it's-
off, we have to put the cone of shame on you. Trying to hit on all the women.
You have no proof of that.
Yeah, no, you're gonna get wheeled out in a human-sized carrying crate.
Caution, Monkai might try to convince you or seduce you.
Yeah, no, it's they're going. I mean, we were also going to spay or neuter your pet for you as well, but you know we resisted in the end. He seems that he is quite attached to them.
Bob Barker, no.
Yeah, you get back your brother, and it's like, oh, okay, so we not only we fixed up his wounds, we deliced him, and you know,
Snip.
problem solved.
There is, of course, a question as to whether that part of him was left functional by.
It was fully functional.
It was the only thing left.
They managed to regrow him from his penis, because that's where all of his ego existed. You see, it made the most sense.
Well, he got all his power from slab swatting, you see. 7 Winter.
Ow! Rob, did you drop your microphone then?
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I did.
300 cock push-ups a day.
10 running, 10 kilometer, 100 push-ups, 300
Just,
cock.
no, they're not cock push-ups. They're just called cock-ups.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, he does perform many a cock up a day.
You can kiss my fat white ass.
Okay, then. So, the time has arrived for you to go to the Xenosium. Who do you take with you?
I mean, it was an open offer to any bridge crew.
I think
Obviously,
Rula
I'll
decided
go.
she was going. Elshan decided she was going. Bob, Winter, are you going?
How fancy would I have to dress?
It's the Xenosium. The last time our family were there were large hostile aliens.
Alright. So he's going, but it's going to be the usual shirt, the usual mustard stained yeah, it's going off and it's distracting me.
And Winter, are you going?
Yes. I like to be included.
I like to watch things.
This is too much.
All right. So, you guys go on over to the Xenosium, and before you leave, you notice that you're being followed by a very bright-eyed and bushy-tailed woman with pink hair. Abby wants to come.
Yes. Of course. She's basically bridge crew. She's allowed.
Wait, who?
Your
Eldar
xenobiologist.
specialist.
She knows a lot about Xenos. And is afraid of Dark Eldar. Alright then. So, you arrive at the Xenosium. Look guys, it's Marcus. Look
God,
at
he is
all of the
made of
status
it.
effects.
He is made of explosion right now.
I'm sorry, I'm
Oh.
black, blind.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm blind as
think-
well.
I'm either black or blind. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, I can see. I'm curious.
Oh,
Oh, I can see
I am
this one.
quite status affected up.
There you go.
His brain fell out. He's suffering from a broken heart, which is tragic. He's got pink eye. He hurt his back, and the acupuncture didn't go very well, and then he like dropped half of his face on a toasting oven, and then gravity stopped working so good, and then he took a nap.
Oh, I was reading it the other way, so
Oh, you were doing the
Like-
story backwards.
I was doing the story backwards, and I was going, "Wait a minute."
Hey, your time
After
in
he had
Korea
really
has.
bad.
Yeah, you're
your time in
reading right
Korea
to
is how
left
you
now,
roll.
aren't you?
Left to right, left to
Yes.
right. Come back to us, Sam. They've
Still-
got a hold of him.
Still
It's the
After
end.
the bad acupuncture, did he fall on one of the needles and get it in his eye?
Yeah. That would also be pretty terrible acupuncture.
I'm still alive.
You can't talk.
Yeah, they put the cone of shame on you.
All
Ah,
right. You're unconscious. All right. So you get to fairly deep within the Xenosium before you see Bada Bra standing there in her armor, and you know, and Eldar in flowing robes. Elshian can basically tell you that's a warlock. It wouldn't have taken too long
Yeah.
for you to figure it out, and I don't want to bother going through all the things. Oh, hey, what's this guy in the flowing robes?
Yeah, no.
who seems even more pompous than the average Eldar.
And to the side, hovering just scant inches off the ground, is a great white pod. Seems to be made of the same kind of wraithbone structures as pretty much everything Eldar is made out of. I have not met you before. You are the... But I've seen you in his mind. You're the older sister, yes? You're unconscious.
The pod rattles regardless. It's not supposed to do that.
Yes. I am Milady Ambrosia Urquides. And you must be Babdra.
Yes. We were in the area when you fools awoke the doom of Agaria. From his mind, we can see that it was greedy as though he was. It was the dark kin and the orc that set the final thing in motion. We recovered your brother's body from the base of the tower. Apparently, he threw himself off the side. His armor was shattered and his rather primitive power field destroyed, but he himself was in enough condition that we were able to recover him to glean what happened from his shattered form.
I see. It is most excellent that you were there at the time.
In any event, here is your brother back. We require the Hollow Atlas.
Very well. And Ambrosia will walk up a bit and proffer it.
Alright. Badabra will approach and the hover pod containing your brother will as well. She will take the Hollow Atlas from you and then take a step back. You may wish to transfer him into a... I assume you guys took your own stasis pod with you, right? Because you were told to do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Nah, he can walk it off.
Retroactively here.
Yeah.
Alright. So, when basically you're going to turn around, you're going to start to see to Marcus's recovery, and as soon as you put him in your own stasis pod, you notice that your brother is... his body is shattered. The only reason why you guys aren't going to have to build a elaborately ostentatious throne for him to sit on, maybe made out of gold, It's because his body wasn't shattered by an arch trader using psychic magic. It's just that he fell like 600 meters, and his armor and a field arrested his fall, and also, fate points.
Mhm.
So yes, your janitor has quite the work cut out for him, and the pod will, once you've taken out, will shoot off the other way. And then when you turn to look at Badabra and the Warlock again, they seem to have vanished. And anyone who was watching them, it seems that they disappeared in thin air.
Hmm. Did it look like technology or witchcraft?
You can certainly make an awareness test for that.
Awareness?
do I know?
Fuck.
I do have lore webway, so do I just know?
You can roll whatever lore you think, but you're pretty sure they didn't step into the webway.
Ugh. Even completely untrained, I make awarenesses at a coin flip. That's pretty neat. Hooray, perception 66.
Yay!
Did you want to buy a success?
Fuck it, sure, yeah. Just curious.
The Warlock did hand wavy eldritch motions.
Oh, hey, I know that trick. In reality, they're only about.
As you rail again.
In reality, they're only about 12 meters away behind that box.
Yeah, they actually did only use blink, and now they're behind respective Xenos trees.
Well, they use more fun power than that. But you don't know anything as you're railing against unseen horrors racking around your mind. By the way, would you like to make me a willpower test to make any sense of it, Marcus?
Yes. Bonuses and negatives?
This is, challenging, so +0.
Slanesh just skull fucked you.
Tentacles everywhere. Things are uncomfortable.
Can I
You have no idea what's
re-roll?
going on. You can if you want. You're going to spend a fate point to re-roll your natural 100.
With that natural 100, can we actually say there's something stuck way up there?
Way up your butt, Morty.
Very creepy.
Oh, by the way, my bad.
All right. In some of your shattered dreams, you start to see a little bit from the perspective of the Doom of Agaria, the thing that killed your. To be fair, you consider them your orc and your Deldar, so you're kind of annoyed about that. And you see a being unimaginably ancient, something that has existed for eons and eons. You can see in its mind that it was around in a time of the rule and domination of a squat reptilian race, rather ugly, and at least that's one thing that you and this monster can agree on. They were quite ugly. You also see the Eldar's children, and you can feel the immeasurable hunger that this creature had towards them, but they seem to have been protected by this little reptilian race, so it was never able to get quite close. You can see that as it moved through the tides of the warp and found strange floating blob-like creatures. Like you have no idea what these are, but they look like tales of kind of. If you know what they are, they're actually horrifying. Tales of squids or stuff like that from oceanic planets, and you can see as it fell upon them and devoured them as tasty, tasty snacks, until it came to a vast empire in this part of the Merzendi knows. A vast empire in this part of the Corono sector where its arrival seemed to have been foretold, and the creatures there seem to worship it. A short, squat insect-like race that buzzed around great crystalline cities. And of that, you do not know anything more for now. And you.
Holy fuck, that's awesome.
He said unconsciously. You look down at your brother and like under like his shattered face, you just see like a shit-eating grin. Just, ma, this was awesome.
Now you hear a donk against the door of the stasis pod as he becomes firmly erect.
This is awesome.
Thump. Again, his Schwingus is the only thing that works on him right now.
My Schwingus has Pent too.
It's a power weapon and cannot be destroyed when parrying other power weapons.
Are you kidding me? That's a force weapon powered by my own ego.
Yeah, actually, yeah, alright, I would say that actually. Yeah, force weapons are powered by will of mind, so I guess, sure, you get some kind of, some kind of psychic tuning cock ring and turn your dick into a force weapon. Totally makes sense.
Wait, that means my dick is really good at killing demons. Huh.
Now you can skull fuck the Slaneshis.
I really didn't need to go down that particular train of thought. Oh god. Why, brain? Why? I trust you.
No, you
You
don't.
failed me.
I don't trust mine. My brain's a traitorous cuntbag.
Alright. So, you have retrieved your brother and are now back on the bridge of your ship. He seems to be, well, you know, very, very shattered.
Let's see, what happens to Janitor Carl's, old, like, his beginnings of the Marcus clones? Is Marcus gonna wake up in, like, a tube and then look across and see other Marcuses in other tubes and think, my god, I'm not the real Marcus. I'm just a clone!
Well,
Just wakes up, my god, I'm so cute.
There are much worse things in those stasis pods down there.
Yes.
Oh, not even what you think. Mersey knows what's down there.
Why don't I know what's down there?
Because you
You
don't
do.
need to know.
you agreed to it.
Oh, okay then, yeah, you do know.
Also, I do need to know.
He's
this
the
is my thing.
GM!
I'll shoot you right out of an airlock. You watch me.
He's got a clone. What's that good?
If it was,
Both of them.
all I know about is clone projects,
Mm.
and like one other thing.
There's sort of like
Possibly.
Gene Stealer Marcus in there somewhere.
Well,
And there's Eldar Marcus, there's just like different Marcuses spliced with different aliens. There's Orc Marcus, it's just Marcus spelled with a K. Friend or foe, Kit?
Marcus's name is spelled with a K.
Whatever.
Oh shit! What up?
It's Morcus. My bad. Morcus,
Yeah,
of course. Morcus and a goblin pet named Gorkus.
Alright, so, what do you do with Marcus's, horribly maimed body?
I'm going to personally escort it down to the janitor's basement.
Alright. Janitor Argus Cal, is, done with the Orby McOrb face for now, casting, unsettling glances at it from time to time. Upon seeing, Marcus's body, his, let's see if he has eyes, let's zoom in. Sure he does. His eyes light up and he rubs together an uncomfortable amount of mechadendrite.
He's alive, Carl.
What has the young lord
You
done?
don't get to You don't get to play. No, you don't get to play two characters. You can either play Argus Cal or you get to play your character. You don't get to play both.
No fun.
Yeah.
I have his personality down and everything. as a
Cronenberg
wacky side,
Marcus.
as a wacky side character.
You know what? As long as Marcus is unconscious, you can play him. Fine. Knock yourself out.
But don't, because then you'll run out of people to play.
What has the young lord done to himself this time? Poisoned himself? Corrosion? Meat grinder, perhaps, of some Xenos form. Something I can pull out and study, perhaps.
I believe the most damaging highlight, Cal, was falling 600 feet onto spiky rocks.
Bah! Boring. 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 Boring.
That was, of course, immediately after being face first with an eldritch tentacle horror.
Ah. Was that the sound that I heard? Interesting.
Yes.
How did the young lord survive? Wait,
The
it
Emperor
doesn't matter.
protects.
Of course, the Emperor. Yes. Quite interesting. Well, if it is of no consolation, I can most likely bring him back. So long as the brain is intact, I could possibly clone new nerve ganglia to splice in. The limbs can possibly be easily be repaired. I have a few fluids I can speed the healing process, not by much, but turn months and possibly years into only weeks. It can be done.
See, but it is.
Yes.
It does not mean you should cease work on the other project. He is irresponsible enough that this may occur more than once.
Oh, how little faith you have in your own family, of your own flesh and blood, but it will be done. Now I have work to do. Is there anything else you need me to do to distract me from my work? For I have much work to do on your brother.
Indeed you do. Nothing that takes priority, but once it is done, see to synthesizing a new form of friend-zone for the murder servitors. On our last engagement, one was a little slack.
Oh, how persuasive. Yes, I can most likely create a new form of that particular drug. It won't be much use to a normal crewman. It'd most likely destroy the body, but with one of those wonderful servitors, that bodily destruction will not be much of a factor. Yes, it will be done.
Very good. Good day, Carl.
Good day, Lady Urquides. Do return with any new test subjects.
I shall make sure to.
And at that point, he has the body wheeled over the table so he can see just how extensive his work is going to be.
All right. So this is going to take quite a while. A massive amount of like resources to glue you back together. Basically, about the time it's going to take to get all the way across the friggin' Coronos Expanse to hang out with the Space Marine chapter. You'll probably be conscious by the time it takes you to get there, because it's going to take like a few months to travel that amount of time and amount of space. I mean, and hang on, I need to look up the trait. Hang on, because it's not, you are so badly wounded that not even the greatest of, shall we say, conventional sciences can bring you back. So, due to the fact of certain other species that were on this planet, that were on this crew, he's gonna have to glue you back together with some fun bits.
Oh, good lord.
Traits 100. 154. Okay.
So heretic, so quickly.
It's only a heresy if you find out.
Oh, Cal was
So-
never meant to be a good person.
All right. So, for no reason whatsoever, Rem,
You now have a
You-
natural toughness.
no. You now have marked down on your sheet. What's with the typing in the background? I'll kill you. Okay. You now have, for no reason whatsoever, put on your sheet regeneration 1.
Ooh.
The second character with regen.
Was there another character?
Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I wonder if you've done the same thing as I have.
I mean, we'll find out what form this regeneration takes the first time he takes damage.
Yay!
Or if Ambrosia cares enough to look into the pod while he's regenerating. I mean, fixing himself. I mean, wholesome bringing back to life.
For the Emperor!
He has two different types of tube. There's the you can see what's going on tube, and then there's the privacy screen tube. It says this way up, totally not a heresy inside.
And
Why do you think Cal keeps you out of the basement?
Probably the other
Alright.
incredibly dangerous things, frankly.
The
Alright,
enslavers and
so-
Killian Baines, I think. That might be.
all right, so that's the only thing that's going to happen to Marcus for now. Is he gains regeneration 1, and apparently Bob's character has fled from the. Oh, he's hanging out with Abby apparently.
Trying. It looks like he's striking out real hard on everyone.
Yeah. You can try to do a charm test if you want.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, unless you wanted to auto fail, and let's just
Oh,
kind
look
of.
at you, charming bastard.
Oop, sorry, Bob. She's not into it.
Ah, okay.
She just kind of looks at you with just like a deadpan expression while she's just surrounded by a lot of Xeno stuff. A lot of it.
Yeah.
She's right now looking at the watching a video of a vivisection of a tyrannid.
Ooh.
Somewhere across the room, you hear like just a fucking group of people being like, "No, my baby's milk money!" As Ruler is just scraping in like crowns and smokes.
Okay.
Wait, is this on Cal's approved watch list?
So, Ambrosia, we'll just do the thing now. Any part over your brothers being put back together, do you ever check on him inside of his Luke Skywalker Bactapod?
At the start, probably every day, and then it slowly drops off. It, this, even at the end, it's like every other week.
All right. All right, so for now, it looks like a bunch of good, wholesome stuff. Some of his bones are shattered beyond repair, so they're getting replaced with bionics. A lot of prosanguine going through him right now. Argus will explain it as, he won't actually have these flowing through his bloodstream when he's done, but these are basically fired forget repairing microbes. I mean, microbots, whatever they're called. And
Autosanguine.
yeah,
Nanomachines, son.
Yeah, nanomachines. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, for now, that's what he's rebuilding them with. But it is outrageously expensive for what he's trying to do. So he is going to have going around Footfall and grabbing a bunch of equipment he needs, which by the end of it costs you 7 profit factor.
Ouch.
But
I mean, you can, but do you want press ganged people from Football?
No, press ganging never really works.
Oh, it does in this game.
But for Zendi, I wanted to roll rebellion aboard your ship while they try to rip your Geller field.
Oh, sorry, that's still 2 DOS. I forgot to put that thing in again. Good luck grabbing dudes.
The thing is, Stray, that even if we lost the maximum morale from, press ganging, we wouldn't actually risk a mutiny yet.
I know. It's just fun to think about.
Needs to be mutiny spelled with 2
anyways.
exclamation marks. Now on sale. Buy it now.
Plug.
Plug.
Which is true. It's actually good.
Yay.
From the little bit I've read of it, because I haven't been able to buy it yet. Really low on cash. Soon though.
Understandable. I too. Really low on cash.
Soon though. Soon I will know. Soon I will understand.
Yep.
Anyways. So, you guys wrap up your stuff on Football. Is there anything you would like to do? Em, have you thought of anything that you want to grab while you're on Football?
A Slith bodyguard.
A what bodyguard?
A Slith bodyguard? No.
What is it? What is that?
The Slith, it's a race. They're like space sharks.
Oh, okay.
Space scalies.
Yeah.
Dope.
The lizard people.
Oh, there's actual lizard people, but
yeah, they're actually lizard people. Like they're big. They're like crocodile, furry. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there actually is a abnormal strain of humans called scalies as well.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Slith usually work with Dark Eldar, but yeah.
Yeah. They're basically, imagine Naga with 4 arms.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I thought they. Never mind.
But no, the only other thing was inquiring about a small attack craft with Badab, and
Oh, she's gone.
Oh no, I sent that message to you when we were at the Xenosium.
Alright, yeah, I didn't see that. I was reading. If for some reason that didn't actually show up on my thing. Weird. I've been having internet problems, man, so some stuff takes a while to get to me.
Yep.
Yeah, you can make a small acquisition test for the crew, knock yourself out.
I still hear you typing, Ram. Don't you pretend not to hear me.
Anyways.
What'd you say?
I still hear you typing.
Really?
Yes.
Clackety clackety.
Yes.
Okay, Vanoxo.
Not as loud as Fens. It's impossible, but it's
true.
moderately irksome.
That's because I type real slow. I'm sorry. I never learned to type right.
No, it's like you've been in streams or Fens. It's just that mechanical keyboard is clack 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 clack.
Please.
Sometimes it straight up will drown out save, and it's amazing. And by amazing, I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
amazingly terrible.
gets them.
I
I
remember
remember
when he like first got that thing during what was it? I think it was Dragonlance.
Yep.
It was a long time ago when he got that, and it's just clack clack clack. Jesus Christ, Panoxa, why? Anyways, yeah, you're I will let you make that test, but the thing is, that is going to be a near that is going to be a -70 because it's unique.
Okay.
It's +30 because you're getting one, but it's also -70.
Then can I trade in some of those grenades?
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
You'd have to trade in all of them pretty much to make a difference.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like a whole attack craft, that's a lot harder than getting armor
Yeah.
or like weapons.
I mean, that may almost be at the point of being considered like a ship component scale thing. And like ship components and so on, you don't apply like the scale table to. You just use the availability table.
Okay, so what about the black spiky things from Omega?
Black spiky things.
I have no idea. I just have them written on my sheet. I have 2 black spiky things from Omega.
From Omega, Gary Omega.
Yeah.
I don't remember what those are.
Neither do I. You just called them black spiky things.
They were likely just like Agarian artifacts.
Oh, okay. So I have 2 Agarian artifacts and 4 Geo grenades. Would that actually change anything?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I'll make the roll.
Scout already did it. She did it preemptively.
Nice. Nice.
I am proud of that.
Shouldn't be.
Aww. There goes Scout ruining my fun.
That's
and
right.
then you said, so it's a -40
Overall.
or +40?
Overall, it's -70 plus yeah, you know, and canceled out
30.
because plus a +30, so it's a -40. So
So I just add 40 to the roll. 1d100 plus 40.
It's more like you're trying to roll under. What's your profit factor? Fuck, I don't remember. Where's any help?
Is this before or after the 7 spent on Marcus?
Before.
47.
You need to roll
Wait,
underneath.
so they have to
You have to roll
7 or under?
Yeah, 7 or under.
You have a 7% chance.
That is how a D100 works.
I'm math good.
Can Scout commerce?
No. I'm not helping the alien go to the alien witch for alien witch stuff, even if I was told. That sounds like a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
It is about.
Then
It is a bad idea. You hear a muffled, muffled saying from below decks.
I can feel it in my box.
shit. Okay. this is either going to go really bad, and I'm going to make enemies here, or really good. So I'm going to use some of my experience, because I was planning on buying this anyways. The psychic power. I don't have the books on me right now. There's the psychic power from the One Road Trader book that has it's the unregistered psychic powers. It's the touch and get a bonus to all your rolls with that person. So if I just brush up against her, I get like a +5 or +10.
Okay.
Let me find that power for you.
Yeah, you have to look it up. I don't know the exact specifics, so.
That sounds like a dangerous maneuver.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I could make, if I fail this, I could make some enemies here with the other, the Kaelor Eldar will be like, you dirty
You already have
two-timing.
enough.
Wait. I already have enough what?
You already have enough animosity with them right now.
Yeah.
I know, that's why I said it could go very badly. I think if it fails, she doesn't know.
Oh, then it doesn't go really badly, just helps or doesn't help.
Yeah, it depends on what it says. That's why I have to wait for someone to look at the book for me.
Do you know at least what discipline it is?
It's not under a discipline. It's in the, I think it's in the space, the one with the space abilities for Psychers. I think it's in the Psycher book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in Navis Primer. And it's just basically for unsanctioned Psychers, they can develop
Renegade
these powers.
Psyker techniques. Okay, I know where you're looking at. Defraud? Are you thinking
Yes, I think it's
defraud? Choose a target, make contact, make an opposed willpower test. If you succeed, you get 10 plus psi rating to the next interaction skill test with +5 per additional degree of success.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind. Then that's just to boost other psychic. Is there any others there, or was there one for interaction?
It's literally under a rogue
I
psychers
literally
section.
just said interaction skill tests.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's defraud then.
Go for it.
Yeah. It costs you 100 experience points.
Okay.
Isn't that the one that I'm gonna keep my mouth shut?
It's basically the Psycher Central power. Like if you were an unregistered Psycher Central, you'd want that power.
The only thing is, anyone other than the target may make a difficult -10 awareness test. If they pass, they notice that your eyes glow, your voice turns unnatural, and your skin ripples with unholy light.
Oh.
Good luck.
So how many Elder are around?
Doesn't she literally have a warlock?
There were only two Eldar there.
But one was a warlock.
Wait, what are you trying to do to them?
He's trying to cast friendship.
Yeah. Basically charm person.
Just do your D100, man.
Look, I want to try to get back in her pants at some point. Don't make her fire on us on sight. I want an Eldar. I want an Eldar booty call, okay?
That's for psychic power.
Picture and voice chat text.
Yes.
Just so you fully understand what it is and how it works and how fucked you could get all of us. This fucks up.
Alright, no, it's fine, do it.
It's not like perception is a psycher's second highest characteristic.
Yeah, it's not like yeah.
Come on,
No,
your
because
character's
the
got to be
warlock's
like.
there.
Surely now is the time to be careful after helping push us all into oblivion.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'll avoid it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So I want to pull you guys over back to this page for a second.
Yeah, let's see how many there actually are.
Just kind of zoom out a little bit.
Yeah. It's pretty sure that was the actual case there.
Yeah.
Are those Dark Reapers?
It's
They
just
are-
it's
they're
just
Reaper.
art because I can't get art of Craft World Kalar. All right.
Yeah, but they'd probably be Kalar Reapers. Like that's a common thing.
Yeah. So, hey, I know they don't have any of the colors they're supposed to, but I couldn't find the white, the red and orange for Craft World Kalar. So, you have to deal with this.
It honestly does not matter in the slightest.
Yeah, I couldn't give a shit less.
Yeah.
Are you fancy pants colours? I think it's only M that gives a
I'm
fuck, really.
fairly certain you are the only one that actually knows their colours off the top of your head, Stray.
Isn't-
I do, but even then, the Dark Reapers, it's easier to recognize what they are using the more traditional
Asking. That's the easiest way. Hey, buddy, are you a Dark Reaper? And they'd be like, yes or no. And then you know.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the real way to find
Yeah,
out.
because Eldar are known for their honesty, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
No.
Well, no. I was going to say, you'll be able to tell because they'll say no sarcastically, and you'll be like, oh, okay, so you actually are.
Actually, that's to be fair. The one thing that Eldar will probably be honest to you about is their aspect. If you ask what aspect they are, it would be a disgrace to lie.
Yeah, but except it would be to a Monk, and they don't count as people.
But here's my question: if you
And
ask
then-
them if their aspect is ass pecking, would they be upset?
Yes?
That's when
No,
5 warp
they're-
spiders jump out behind you.
They're always aspecting. Wearing the armor makes them start forgetting who they are.
Joke, atmosphere, trees. Ew.
All right.
Swish.
So,
D or
alright,
D100?
we're gonna. Are you gonna do the thing?
No.
Are you going to do? No, you don't do the
Nope,
thing.
Nope, I don't do the thing.
Do you want to spend a fate point to try to do the thing again?
No.
No.
Okay. So, before we get started on the rest of the session, where we go into the warp and everything turns out fine, I'm going to use the restroom. And what do you guys say? About another hour, and then we'll give it a call quits. You know,
Sure.
I know some people have to wake up like early in the morning,
I don't even have to
and some
wake
people
up.
aren't, and some people aren't sleeping at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Might do a
I
stream
might have
after.
to-
Might do a stream after this one just to kill more time. I don't know.
Might have to leave and go get food.
So wait,
Yeah.
Scout, what are you doing?
I've got to go see doctors in the morning, but that's morning local time, which means I have to just stay up for another 5.5 hours.
Yeah,
Oh.
just read in chat, dude. It was already addressed. Yeah. All right. Well, I will be right back, and we'll get started on leaving football and going to either go towards Kion or to go to the Space Marines.
Gotta save my books.
Could I, knowing that it's a common Eldar gear, could I ask for a Ranger rifle? Like, it's straight up common, so if just... I
He
could give
just
him the
got
Geo
up.
grenade
You
for
don't
it.
know.
Okay.
He literally just said, I'll be back in a bit, and then you start asking questions. He's busy peeing.
I'm thinking the long rifle will be fine, especially if I trade it for gear. I could probably get a best quality for like grenades because the grenades are unique, and the Ranger long rifle is, I think, common, maybe rare, or maybe
Sorry,
scarce.
what?
I mean,
What type of grenade is unique?
the geode grenades.
They are not
aren't they?
unique. No.
Oh, okay.
They're probably about to become near unique. But that will
Okay.
take a bit before people hear about the worlds being devoured.
As of right now,
Yeah.
there's a ton of them in circulation because that was part of how we just made a bunch of money.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They're probably like common
It's
now.
like, I would love to give you some of these, and he goes, you mean that thing that I literally just purchased a crate off of from your rogue trader? And then you go, no.
no, these are different.
I picked this one up from a different pile from her.
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry, they'll become rare soon. Real soon.
Yeah.
That's what those black spikes were.
What?
They were shards that you could make into swords.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So there's just really, really sharp blades that aren't swords yet.
Yeah, I can't imagine they'd give a shit about them for a trade.
Well, they're basically indestructible.
They were already on those planets, dude. They are the wrong people to go
Yeah.
to.
Also, they're Eldar.
Yeah.
So a human might be interested. A Tau might be interested. Chaos might be interested. Eldar would be like,
Blueberries.
we
dealing
could
with
just sing
this.
a new Witchblade into existence. They just look at it and go, we don't need that.
Alright, so I got an honest question for you guys.
Hmm.
How badly do you think we fucked up?
What do you mean?
I mean in general by accidentally waking up Cthulhu.
We may or may not have cut Rogue Trader short and started what's the Space Marine game? Deathwatch.
Deathwatch.
Yeah.
Uh,
We would.
Remy, let me read you my interpretation of the prophecy that was given, which, I have been told was a little over the top, but it is entirely my in-character interpretation. If we don't stop the doom that we unleashed, then the Expanse falls. We all fall.
We fast track the end times.
At least the local end times.
Yeah, let it all burn. Burn it down.
Well,
But
Don't do that.
also-
Child's there.
but on the plus side, and I'm trying to see the silver lining here, if we manage to stop this, we will be legends.
From an issue that we caused. It doesn't quite go as well as
Hey,
that.
no one knows that.
Once we
No
become
one no.
once we become legends, we can play Donald Trump and sweep that under the rug.
Okay.
Also, no one knows besides the Eldar. As long as the Russians, I mean the Eldar, don't tell anyone.
We're totally not colluding with the Russians, Eldar.
Exactly.
Yay! All right, we're back.
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna ask just before you left.
Well,
Ranger long rifles, they're pretty common. I think they're scarce maybe in it's part of a starting gear that I didn't choose
sure, knock yourself out.
for
Roll for it.
Elshan. Roll for it? Okay.
It's like 30, and then scarce, and then and then your quality, and then
I'll go for good quality.
All right, so I think that's another -10 on top of it. Quality, good. -10, yeah.
Really? I'll spend a fate to reroll that.
Hey, Em, you been taking dice out of my bucket?
Yeah,
It seems you have.
No, he just has my reroll luck. Oh, okay, no, he doesn't. My reroll luck would have been a 95.
Hmm.
Do you want to use the fake to reroll? No, because I just get one letter higher or lower than what I just rolled. Every time.
No, I'm good then.
You have a third one.
Your third acquisition. You could just try another acquisition. For the same thing.
Yeah, screw it.
Is that within range?
Yeah, the PF was 47 before trading it out. And that comes out to an over 20.
Yeah, that's exactly what you needed for a good one.
All right,
Wow.
there you go. You have a ranger gun. Pew pew.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
can be a Rough Rider.
Oh, we're gonna put you guys over to the Kernus Expanse map.
Hold on.
There's
What?
one
Move back.
thing.
I remembered one thing that needed to be done before we left footfall.
Okay.
And that is
Up footfall.
ruler.
Yeah.
One of your duties on the crew will be working with our spies. Before we depart, go with Monique and collect the reports that have been left on the station.
Yeah,
I
sure.
have particular interest in those that are on the ecclesiarchy. The local chapter have opposed me regularly, and if you can find something suitably damning, then that would
This
be
again.
appreciated.
Alright, sure.
You're unconscious. Shush.
And Rula will quickly rummage in her bag and grabs like a relatively floppy hat, pushes it on over her head, adjusts it, puts on something with a stiff collar, brushes herself down. I guess she'll look to Monique. You wouldn't happen to have any fake emblem signatories I can just slap on this thing? It's a one works-all suit. I just need to basically put the accoutrements on it and then walk amongst them. Easy peasy.
I'll tell her to put the damn it, can't remember the Greek symbol for
Not listening to you, witch. So, Monique.
totally put the U on it. It'll look great.
Until they are all dead.
But yeah,
I mean,
she'll
do you
slap
want
on
to?
some fakey ecclesiarchy, like just metals onto a like a stiff collared coat. This'll do the job. I have to look. And she slaps her cheeks a few times, bit dour. Think of the ashen incense. Think of the ashen incense. All right, I'm ready. Let's do this thing.
Maybe consider
Alright.
wearing a cap over your ears.
Yeah, she's wearing a floppy hat. Think like you know that classy old school beret, like the on the head and then folds outward one.
Oh, you mean a newsboy?
Mm.
Yeah.
Alright, so when you made these spies, I seem to recall you pouring a point of profit factor into helping them get started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so roll me 2d8 d1. Or is it the other way around? DH1, yeah. Lower is better in this.
Who would you like to do that?
You guys decide. Scout or Merzendi? Which one of you would like to roll it? Merzendi did start the spy thing, but now you are the spy master.
I'll do inquiries when I'm on the ground.
Okay.
I changed my mind. I should have done it.
What happened?
Is Indy full of
Literally,
fire?
you should have done it.
I should have done it.
Ah,
I should
Can
have
I
done it.
spend a fate point?
You can't spend a fate point for these. It's fine.
Damn it. So Rula luckily has her own number of spies already, which she then directs into the ecclesiarchy's direction after spending half a day on footfall.
Unfortunately, you can't do that quickly. You're trying to rummage around either finding secrets or finding who's poisoning the ecclesiarchy against them.
Yeah, it's just the very first time as well, someone tried to sneak up on her, Ruler immediately rumbled them, so she'll look to Monique and just go, have you hired just all retards? Have they all got learning difficulties? Because I swear, I come from a singular planet, the other end of the galaxy, and I'm pretty sure I could do a better job than any of these schmucks.
Macross spies are better than the ones we've come up with.
Macraw's spies were actually amazing. The secret messages in between me and Bob.
McCraw had spies?
Yeah,
Macraw had an entirely well-funded spy network.
Nice.
So
That
what?
was
for
was
nothing,
actually
basically.
one of the things that me and Bob were laughing at is that his network was actually better than Monique's.
Nice. Nice.
Because
Is
it was the
Monique
only
literally is Monique
all of
literally only an
Bob's good
ass?
rolls- all of Bob's good rolls were spent as McCraw building a spy network, and that's it. Every time else he couldn't roll for shit, but whenever he wanted to do a spy network, it was like 1, 3, 4.
There's like a spore in the corner of a wall and it sees all.
So yes, Cindy, you can spend a fate point to reroll the 2d8 DH1.
McCraw had actually secretly discovered the
There you go.
what are they called?
Hey.
The things they eat.
I don't know.
What the
All right.
orcs eat.
Fucking whatever they want.
Like squigs.
Yeah, he had found a telepathic spy squig that he could leave in corners.
Yeah, it was
No,
painted
he was
purple so
just-
no one could see it.
The
Yeah, it
actual
was a
thing is,
purple-
No.
like none of his spy network were orcs. He
No,
just
they're
was
all
really, really well
Nice.
liked by dudes on football.
Nice.
Like he had a drinking competition where Bob rolled like 2 ones in a row to basically drink straight poison, and everyone thought he was real cool for it.
So wait,
The
in
only reason why they had to remain secret, which I'm sad the stream didn't get to see, was because part of it was he was doing it against the Urquides as well. It was funny.
wait, I'm sorry. I think I missed half of that.
All right. So, anyways, Ambrosia. And I suppose they will actually be reporting to Rula. Rula, it's taken about 4 months of constant digging, and they've found that like the leader of this sanctum, he doesn't like bend over altar boys. He's not one of those guys. He's actually really, really boring and like straight laced. And what's even worse is he's one of those guys that believes in his cause. Real fanatic kind of guy. But the thing is, he had no reason to ever be angry or be miffed at the Urquides until a very powerful backer started feeding information, and over the course of the months, they have tracked it back to an up-and-coming rogue trader by the name of Adamantis Beauparlant. Hang on.
Wait,
Thank you.
Ah, I was a letter off in my own attempted spelling of it. I went Adamantis.
Hey, look.
I wouldn't have guessed until you started with "beau," and I was like, as in "be a beautiful day." Alright, let's see here. Spy network. Footfall. Adamantis Beauparlant.
Yeah. Apparently, he's a real good up-and-coming rogue trader house, and you don't know much. You can't find out much about it right now. You could probably send out more spies to try to figure it out, but apparently he's got a real hate-on for the Urquides family.
oh lord.
And not only a real hate-on, but the thing is, he's really, really well-liked by the ecclesiarchy.
Oh.
Apparently he a rumor has it that he got most of his wealth trading goods in between newly founded shrine worlds in the Calixis sector.
Alright.
Well, ecclesiarchy worlds anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense. Before I leave then, I want to set up a little bit of trouble for this Mr. Beauparlant. Should he land in Footfall again?
Alrighty. What would you like to set up?
I would like to set up some spies to move on to his ship next time he comes and wants to refill his crew.
Ooh.
Okay. So,
Likewise, I'm gonna screen all those new people that Ambrosia brought in for just the same trick.
alrighty. Sounds like a good deal. Inquiry. That's a lot of degrees of success.
Woohoo!
Unfortunately, you find out nothing.
What?
You know, really, really powerful NPCs have these things called fate points.
Yeah, sure. I'll spend one to make that success even higher.
All right. So, what you're able to find out is that there definitely is an agent of this rogue trader aboard the ship somewhere.
All
They
right,
have
cool.
hidden their tracks really, really well, though.
All right, that's fine. I will. You know what? I'm tempted to not tell Monique because she's been so shit at her job that it might actually be her.
Not her fault.
No.
Her dice were split between me and then Merzendi when she decided that she didn't want to roll well.
Fair, no. Alright, so I will inform Monique of that, just leave that one on the back burner and get that over to Ambrosia. And then, yeah, I'm gonna pay up a couple of spies to do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna find some fucking good ones. As opposed to as opposed to the Mooklingtons that I've crossed paths with before.
Sure,
Maybe-
what kind of role would you like for that?
I mean, I feel like just doing it legit with a commerce might be the way to go. Like, literally, I'm in the business for a real fucking great spy.
Sure.
Let's see if there are any, like, ex-seneschals from smaller rogue traders around, because they'd be the ones to fucking go to. I mean, it's still a shit ton of doses just to find a dude. Yeah, do I find anyone?
It's 4 degrees of success, I believe. So maybe more. I'm bad at math. So, yeah, you find a very professional individual that's willing to infiltrate the ship. Say, would you like to do things like maybe convince the rogue trader to throw like a profit factor at this endeavor?
Yeah, I guess I will follow up with Ambrosia and ask. I can probably get a spy onto this Boparlan ship, a real decent one. Issue is, of course, you'd want to pop a profit factor in them because they can't really take on any work until this dude shows up.
So what happened is, Ambrosia, you're sitting there, relieved that you don't have to pop out a child to let the Urquides line continue, and then your Borger comes in saying that she wants a profit factor for some Boparlan guy.
Monique would have already.
Familiar?
Well, this information was actually going to you when you took over the role of Seneschal.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
but
I just
Scout
asked
said
Monique to
she's-
pass the information on to Ambrosia while I was hunting for a spy of our own.
Ah, okay. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so I imagine that Ambrosia's probably gotten a report better written than Rula would do a report. Rula gets results, but she's a little bit sloppy. Paperwork, meh.
Can Monique tell me anything more about this guy's dynasty?
That would be a Scholastic Lore Rogue Trader House. Or
I
Scholastic Lore
haven't
Imperial
finished
Nobility.
statting her yet.
Well, then when you're done finishes statting her, you can throw it at me and I can tell you about the Boparlans.
Given that she has proved to be an absolutely shit spy seneschal, I'm gonna be putting loads of points into her lore, so I'm gonna assume that that's maxed.
Okay, so is her int at least done right now? 1 success. All right. So, what she can tell you about them is that they are a relatively new house from about. They got their warrant of trade a scant 2 centuries ago, and this was during, like, right after the Calixtus Crusade. Actually, I forget how long. We're in a timey wimey. Wibbly wobbly place. But just after the Calixtus Crusade ended, where they chased out the Uvoth from that system, they founded the ecclesiarchy founded a few worlds, and the worlds need to be fed, and one merchant house that managed to manipulate their way into um, into a warrant of trade with the ecclesiarchy's backing, made their money like ferrying both missionaries and goods from that sector. However, they aren't exactly particularly liked. It's not like they're disliked, but they haven't curried any particular favor with like the Drusian Crusaders, because they're much more merchants rather than warrior crusaders, and aren't really known for being that militant.
Oh my god, they're boring. The only thing worse for a rogue trader to be than a heretic is boring.
They're the kind that has like a ton of like front operations, and they don't go on raids or stuff like that, but they have a bunch of dummy businesses to launder money and stuff like that.
But she can't tell me about any historical relationship with our dynasty.
With 1 degree of success, no.
2.
That is 2 degrees.
What 2 degrees of success, no?
I'm gonna assume that's 5 territory.
Not exactly, but rogue traders, as you can recall, can swear blood debts on something that one house would consider completely trivial.
Yeah.
Like a breach in dinner etiquette.
Yeah, so.
Your great-grandfather broke wind next to my great-grandmother whilst she was mid-bite, and then it ruined the taste of that particular bite of her meal for the evening. Prepare to die!
You joke. People have died over shit like that.
No, yeah, I mean, it was barely a joke.
Right, so, given that, when Ruler comes to ask for money and so on, she gets presented with a blank check.
Cool. I will write down that you have embedded a spy. Well, you're going to try to embed a spy anyways, a very good spy, upon Adamantus I'm already messing it up. Bo Parlin's Bo Parlin's vessel, and you spent a whole profit factor to do it. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that this person likes me as well. I want to make sure that I like this spy. So not only do I want to be sure that they are good at the job, what are they like? Are they actually, peaceable people? Because if I want them to inject themselves into the crew as well, I want them to be charming enough to climb their way somewhere into a position of decency.
Hang on, I got a picture.
Is it Sean Connery?
No. Hang on. I was almost going. Now that you say that, I really want to do that, but it's too late. Oop. That'll just give it away with the. Here you are.
Excellent. Yes, he is the man for the job. Very charming. And yeah, I also will, in our last moments of things, make sure that I'm going to spend a whole profit factor on making sure that our booze growery is fucking ready to go. Especially since I learned that we're going to be a while in space. It seems like a good move. And I happen to know some recipes for Kion Firewater that I want to get people starting to try and create.
dude, with that profit factor you're sending after him, he is going to buy some friggin' sweet rounds for his hand cannon.
Dope.
Oh, make him either bleeders or amputators. That'd be freaking awesome for him.
Yeah, he also has a dead ringer.
If I remember right, I think amputators are +2 damage +1 pen.
Yeah, it's inconsequential because it's not a character who's ever going to get to do any shooting. I would hope not. That's actually generally not good form for a spy that you're paying if when they infiltrate someone, they then start executing them with a hand cannon. It's not going to go great for you.
Alright, so you have spent a whole 2 profit factor.
Yeah, the other one went into, like, the booze trade.
Oh, by the way, straight, I actually did stat stock bolts.
Alright, so I just preemptively rolled to see if the opposing Seneschal could figure out what's going on. Gosh, that's a lot of green on my screen.
Yep. That's what I like to hear. The Seneschal went to the to the Monique School of Rolls.
I wouldn't have told you if it wasn't
A hundy.
It was 2 100s.
Oh shit!
Wow.
No.
Good
That's
job, Sean Connery.
I'd screen cap, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, swiftly moving on from that.
I'm gonna put that in the journal so it goes known. So I've got my spy network, Footfall. Adamantus Bopalin's responsible for fostering ill will between the Uriquides and the Eclairs. AB really hates the Urkels. A profit factor has been spent to get them inserted into to get a spy inserted into Bopal, and opposed by 2 nat 100s.
If it is nat 100s, can we say that the spy knows who is looking for him?
No,
He
no,
knows
you don't
I'm not
understand. The Boparlans don't even think that the Uriquides are aware of their existence right now.
Can we also can we say that
No,
they?
we can say no more.
We preempted them. We preempted them so hard they didn't even loop up yet.
Shush.
They failed so hard. You know stuff about that.
All right, guys. So, is there anything else you'd like to do on Footfall? You've rumbled the other traders that are pursuing you, so.
Good.
Anyone?
Nope.
What?
All right.
That was all I had.
I'm assuming I can't make. I'm assuming I can't make corpse profit factor.
No. What? You're gonna be able to get more dreams in a second here, though. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun. So, where would you guys like to go?
Do we actually know the Void Sentinel fleet is here, or did you put that there as an out of character thing? I can't
The
remember.
location was burned into your head by a magic card.
I remember the image of the star being burned in. I didn't
Yep.
remember that actually translated to location.
Yeah, you were able to get like on the very edges of the accursed dements. Demensny?
Domain.
Demens.
I thought it was always Demoscene.
It's Domain.
Domain?
It's the main.
Well,
If you
domain is the
flat out
classic.
domain.
That's where the word domain came from.
Okay then. I'm just gonna call it the accursed domain from here on out. It's
There
gonna
you
be
go.
great. So, at the very edge of the accursed domain, you know that they're in a small cluster of star systems. That's basically where you're was able to, with the help of the Hollow Atlas, was able to narrow it down to.
Alright. Let's take a look at our log. Let's see what missions. Because that's the sense. There's that and Shalon.
Kion.
Kyle. Oh, that's an I, not an L. It's really hard to tell in yellow.
Maybe if I made it bigger. Hang on. Oop! I am on the GM layer. For no reason. Shush. That better?
Yep.
Yes. So, Void Sentinels, they are pretty much our main leads. What's the Lost Eldar expedition?
Something that was pointed out by Abby a long time ago as a possible, because you guys wanted to hunt down the Eldar for Terran's sword, and the only place that Abby and Elshian were able to tell you for sure that they've seen an Eldar raiders were investigating a lost Eldar expedition.
I'm actually still interested in that to pick up attack craft.
Too bad.
I mean, would eventually like to follow that up, but with Terran dead and, you know, a chaos invasion of a planet and Cthulhu, it kind of falls down the priority list a lot.
Oh yeah, same here.
So, where would you like to go?
My thinking is that heading towards the Void Sentinels is the sensible thing. We may be able to. Well, we will most likely be able to garner their assistance with the Doom, and with your message, Ruler, they may be persuaded to send some assistance of their own towards Kyle.
Ruler will look stone for a moment. It's your ship.
And you are now one of my senior officers. I would hear your advice.
Kion is statistically speaking the shorter journey, and for them their existence is obviously my top priority quite directly. What is the issue with this strange fleet?
Kion Winter. Unless you're talking about a planet that's already in the background on this map, which...
Yep.
Where? Where are you seeing this?
Beholden Reaches?
I don't know this. I didn't
Bottom
make
left.
that one.
Yeah.
I didn't make that one. This is FFG. The ones I've made are all in purple.
Okay. Now I get it.
You know, Balaka, the Lost Eldar Expedition, Kion, and the Void Sentinel Fleet are all stuff I've made.
Good to know. Just an odd coincidence.
This is the entire game right now.
What's the entire game right now? What?
There's a planet also. There's also a planet named False Hope.
Yeah, that sounds very apt.
And it's a dead world. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to be biased about the safety of my own people, and we do have resources. But yes, what's the story behind this fleet then, that makes them such a priority, or indeed so helpful to Kion?
They are Space Marines.
Okay, and why do they need us?
Oh, they do not need us. Except to bring them news of the Doom. We encountered evidence of their handiwork on one of the other planets of the Agarian Dominion, striking down and destroying some great and ancient horror that had been imprisoned for countless millennia. They are the only ones that I can think to turn to help defeat the Doom, and prophecy dictates as much as well. Indeed, when I close my eyes, ruler, though it is now more an after-image from the image itself, the star that fleet is based around still burns, and I suspect it will continue to do so until we arrive there.
Well, every time I close my eyes, I see a lot more innocent faces. But, again, if they're Marines, then they are definitely going to be the kind of people who can help. I'll keep until we get there. I have faith in that. I just shudder to imagine the cost.
Better that we get there late than we get there and find ourselves unable to do anything.
I wouldn't have called on you if I didn't think you would be able to help. I've had someone with an even bigger ship, somehow.
Good luck.
Exactly.
Do the rest of you have any thoughts?
You know, I'm sure that Cat just looks up from Cat just looks up from a meatball sub.
He does admit, are we getting the Space Marines to help fight the chaosy thing? Or the tentacle thing that almost ate your brother?
Both.
Yes, both.
And okay.
Wait, sorry. Chaosy thing? I have to zoom back a little.
What chaosy thing?
Yeah, what chaosy thing?
The chaos demons pouring out of the Hulk ship in the middle of my planet.
Oh, that.
Oh, yes.
That
Yes,
thing.
that makes sense. Yes.
We're working on that. We have slightly
Well,
bigger fish to fry.
Is that would be the
I'm
chaosy thing?
I'm
That
pretty
thing
sure
that
we could
Bob
just
is-
nuke that from orbit.
That thing that Bob is actually doing a real good job role playing the Throne Mechanicum on, by the way. Good job. I actually did like that exchange when he found out about it.
And no, attempting to blow it up from orbit probably is not what you want to do. If you think that it could have been solved by just trying to blow the whole thing up, then it would have been done before it was too late. Just gonna put it out there. If we fly down to Kyle and the first thing you do is try and railgun it from orbit, I'm gonna try and just kill everyone. The shields still work on that thing.
I also thought it's because the Salamanders didn't have a void ship capable of doing it at the time.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Their shields still, again, the big Hulk chaos thing still has working shields, so there was no way to blast it from orbit. You could, if you have put enough power in it to blast through it anyway, you'd probably do a lot of damage and kill everyone else on the planet. So don't do that.
Well, part of the hope was to come back with a fleet to do that after you guys had evacuated the wall. Just want to point that
I
out.
thought that was actually the plan, was to evacuate the wall and then nuke that area.
You didn't mention you didn't say evacuate first. I'm like,
Yeah,
we don't want,
nobody
that's what I said, if the first thing we do when we get into orbit is you just start rail gunning it, I'm gonna be so angry.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no. We're going to think up a plan to bring down the shield either for the infantry to come in and clear it out or distract it in some way.
I mean, really wouldn't be the only one who'd be angry if the Throne Mechanicum has anything to say about it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think the Void Sentinels should go after the big space thing.
They can do both. That's what we've been saying.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
It's just
But
a question
space
of which
thing
one
is,
first.
I mean, the rogue traders, this ship may be able to handle the chaos thing. The space thing, not gonna be able to handle that.
It's very much a maybe, and it literally can't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
It's they're space marines. They're used to dealing with everyone's problems for them.
At the same time.
They're just it's not actually going to have any serious impact on their opinion of us if we ask and they say no.
I will point out they are called the Void Sentinels.
let
They
Mercedes finish.
Shut up.
Okay. Sorry.
What I am expecting to happen with the Void Sentinels is that they'll consider the Doom a much more pressing threat. They'll send a significant number of forces to that, and they might send some neophytes and scouts to go and prove themselves against the Chaos forces on Kyle.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Okie day then.
Yeah, all right. She is possibly more enthused that this fleet happens to be, the Space Marines. She is more than pleased with that knowledge. Of course, she hates the idea of waiting even any other day to get to Kion, but if it's to go get some Marines, then, well, yeah, she'll put up with it.
It's a good start.
Yeah. I mean, her religion is based on some Marines that crashed down on her planet,
That probably held that area for how long? A few hundred years, at least.
About a millennia.
Yeah. 1,000 years. Small group of Space Marines held it for 1,000 years. Yeah.
Well, they did have a lot of help from the doggos themselves.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're
but
tough.
1,000 years, that's
That's a long ass time.
It is.
That's
basically no Marines ever live that long.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why we've run out.
Yeah. But the thing is, to be full-blown Marines, they would have had to be like 100 years old.
You
Just
never
stop
asked
there.
if they had any dreadnoughts.
Yeah, they could have been like.
Salamanders are cool.
That helps.
The apothecary had like a video thing.
Yeah, the apothecary was yes, it's true. I guess I try to pass on as much information about them as I can. I have different names for all of their shit. I'm like, yeah, that's the thing that I'm talking about. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, but
we find out.
Can confirm the apothecary was ancient as hell.
Yeah, he was the last one.
It was very, very, very old looking.
Okay, so we find out that Rula actually thinks all Space Marines are just dreadnoughts. Because that's all she's ever seen is dreadnoughts.
No, I mean, all I saw probably was dreadnoughts.
Well, no. The last guy alive was a regular Space Marine. Because I don't personally hold to the fact that Space Marines are immortal. They just all die before then. This Space Marine was really, really old by the time he died. But, it can happen. Space Marines can live for about just over 1,000 years.
It's just very impressive.
Yeah.
He was a very, very, very old Space Marine when he died.
And he was an apothecary, so he might have had some knowledge about how to replace organs.
Yeah. No, Ruler is very proud of her of the dragons.
Yeah, I made the Space Marines that did this really, really cool and badass and old.
They did a good job for a long time.
They're dead now, but
they're all dead as fuck.
I'm really hoping their bodies are intact enough to bring back to the salamanders, because holy fuck, they deserve it.
I think they said. I think Rula and Stray. I think they said that they were in stasis.
Did not confirm or deny anything like that. Said the relics got put into stasis.
Oh, okay.
And the guy himself said that he did retrieve some beat relics of his chapter from his brothers and put them in stasis.
Okay, I thought you said you might have that at least a few of the bodies were in stasis.
That was never.
But yeah,
it could be, but it was never said.
I never mentioned, and it was never said in the thing because he was like, it was a very rushed message because he was going, because he had a very little time when the shields were down to rush in.
Oh, I should also say he probably never would have said gene seed because they don't say that.
That's correct. Stray
He-
very explicitly talked around Gene Seed.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it was. He specifically talked around it. Like, this is out of character knowledge. There's probably
Yeah.
gene seed there.
Hmm.
Because you very specifically, when you gave that speech, it was sort of like, don't say it because you don't actually say that in recordings that other people will see. Only Space Marines know that stuff.
I will neither confirm nor deny if there are any bodies or active gene seeds on the planet or relics that need to be returned to the Salamanders chapter for a bunch of cookie points for the Uriquides. Anyways, so it sounds like you guys are going directly to the Void Sentinel fleet.
Yeah.
Not necessarily directly. Have Marion work out a route. Given how navigators work, several smaller jumps may be easier and faster for her than a single big one.
Yep, she's not going to take a single big one. I'm just saying, it sounds like you guys want to go directly there. You're not going to stop off anywhere. Like, to do something else. I meant out of the main endeavors. You're not going to stop anywhere else. You want to go to Void Sentinel fleet.
It sounds about right.
Unless Anna can't have anything to put in votes or elsewhere. Right. Yeah. Set course for the Void Temples, and I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, since you'll be back in a minute, this actually has one of the warp things I was going to do, so we have to wait for her to come back. And then after I'm done with that, do you guys want to wait until you get around to the Void Sentinel fleet, or wait until after the warp thing? Because I said we'd stop in an hour, and it's been about an hour.
I'm not fussy.
All right. Well, I guess everyone take a minute. I'm going to go and pour a warmer on my coffee, and then we'll get started again.
Oh. I'm gonna grab an energy drink. Tap it.
And I'll be back as well.
Let's see if I can find that picture.
Ayrton.
I'm just building my my druid for druid D right now while I'm waiting.
Take one level in Barbarian.
One day we
Okay.
will go to Stompket.
Then you can change into a bear and rage.
Barbarian.
That doesn't fit the character though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that was like my druid. It just wouldn't fit the character to do a barbarian
A barbarian.
or barbarian.
It's just literally spelled differently. Said the same.
Yep.
But also, welcome back.
But it's Cassie, my shy little bee girl. So
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So, it takes you guys a full day's burn to get to the edge of Footfall at Sublight to safely enter the warp without like bathing Footfall in warp energies, and you jump into the warp. You remember this page? Everyone likes this page.
Yeah, seems fine to me.
Oh boy.
Just your everyday
Alright.
screaming faces in the sky.
All right. So you guys are traveling through the warp, and it's going. This kind of voyage takes weeks, if not months, to get to where you need to go through the warp, on from one end of the expanse to the other. And you have no. Don't draw. Don't ruin the beautiful background I have. Knock it off.
It's a big dinosaur foot.
Part of me is wondering where he's going with this.
Nope. Nope, that was it.
Okay, cool.
All right. I was trying to delete that, but then I realized I was on the GM layer. All right. So, and it is about weeks worth of travel in the warp before you hear an ear-piercing scream from the navigator's chamber, and the entire ship jerks violently. And the grab plates aren't good enough to prevent you guys from feeling the momentum of it. You all are thrown to the floor. It takes a few minutes for you guys to recover, and then your sensors start flashing, and this would probably be the part where Roland would be yelling at you to tell you that there is something massive just off of the sensors, and if it weren't for Marion, then you guys would likely have been pulled into its gravitation.
Space behemoth. Uh-oh. Nope.
What is it?
Hulk.
All right.
Is he incredible?
Well, Ambrosius, what are you typing?
He is in.
I was working out how long our maximum time in space is.
Oh.
Since a quarter of the Arboretum has been given over to booze, we've lost a quarter of our bonus time in space.
Oh shit, what did we come across?
Because of your navigator's quick actions, you managed to just skirt the event horizon of the gravitational pull of a massive space Hulk.
That's not the ship I think it is it?
There is no good art for space Hulks. This was basically the best I could do.
Oh, that's from
It's
Dawn of
not
War.
a named. It's not a named space Hulk.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
so
Jesus,
cast
'cause
that.
there's only one
Shush.
Don't spoil
So-
stuff, just in case it comes up at some point along the line.
Cast it all out of your mind. This is a new space Hulk. I just couldn't find good space Hulk art. Exactly, Bob. So, you are now skirting the edges of a massive space Hulk. What do?
The severed P of what's his name? The guy that runs Chaos.
No, this is the S-Mart.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one.
The Space Hulk itself is still in the war. Yeah.
Yep, both of you are in the warp.
the Bork Warp.
Right. Send a bottle of filter to Lady Marion. Once her nerves are steadied, we navigate around it.
Abaddon's limp dick.
Alrighty. So it takes a little while, but Marion is steadied and the Stargazer is following close behind you, so was able to correct with your course. And you guys begin the arduous task of skirting around the Space Hulk in the warp. Is there anything you do, or do you just let the Space Hulk slip by?
I don't think there's anything we really can do.
I ask Anna to use Clinicians.
You can, you can use Clinicians. You could try to scan it, despite how unreliable scans are in the warp.
Isn't Clinicians in the warp dangerous, I'd have thought?
Yeah, it's
That
fine.
That
it's
may or
fine.
may not be why I asked the human to do it.
At some point, Rulo will speak up. Why does your witch alien keep talking about dicks?
I mean, you guys are in a warp's bane hole. Surely everything's fine. And using psychic powers is a great idea.
Yeah, but there's a reason I've just said let's go around it as soon as possible.
There's a,
Alright. So,
there's a reason why
I heard it the first time.
Elshian won't do anything in the warp.
We heard the first
alright,
time.
so if you guys don't want to do anything, the Space Hulk will slip on by.
I'm sorry, I don't have Terminator armor with an integrated Geller field yet.
Exactly.
The only thing that Roland will tell you is that he could have swore there was an untainted, secure imperial transmission coming from that ship. Weirdly, it's an old code, but it checks out, sir.
Also,
You
what
guys
we
slip
should.
away.
Yes.
It's too late. It was like the last thing that was noticed was that he could have swore that there was an uncorrupted imperial signal coming from that ship and that it was very old.
Well, the one thing we should have asked is how big is it? Because if it's like a little frigate, then maybe it wouldn't be bad. But if it's like a battle cruiser size, yeah, no, we're not going to.
Look at the size of it compared to us.
Space Hulk is a ton of ships melded together, and I'm telling you that one of the ships is 10,000 years old. This is massive, and it's big enough to have the gravity pull of a planet to try to weld it to you. Weld you to it, I mean.
There's nothing we can do while it's in the warp. If we encountered it in real space, it would absolutely be worth checking out, but here, no.
Rulo will ask one of the nerds to explain what the heck a Space Hulk is.
Alright, so who's going to levy up some juicy roleplay to our good friend Rula?
Monkey garbage that floats in the warp.
Alright, you can shut up, witch. Alright, does anyone else have like a useful explanation for what that thing is?
The Space Hulk. That's like shit. Basically, ships trapped in the warp getting literally smashed together over time and space. Just space debris that gets sucked in.
I mean, it's huge. Do people still live on them?
Could be. It wouldn't be pleasant.
Living in the warp is not a good idea.
I mean, there could be
questionable as to whether they're even people anymore.
Yeah, depends if there's an active Geller field, but I doubt it. So there's usually Tyranids, orcs, gene stealers. Yeah. Warp abominations.
I mean, that does all sound pretty terrible.
All right. So, bye-bye, Space Hulk. We will see you next time on Space Hulk Survivors.
Yay!
Unfortunately...
Wait, was that the Space Hulk from that?
Yep. that Imperial message you heard, if you actually had, if Roland was here and had rolled for it, might have had a stronger signal. The signal was coming from your characters from Space Hulk.
Nice.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
nobody in their right mind is going to launch a boarding mission in the warp.
Yeah.
There's a
Even
reason
the
why I
Space
said it.
Marines don't do that.
There's a reason why I set that in the warp.
Yeah.
So you guys wouldn't try to jumpstart Space Hulk survivors. So congratulations, guys. We'll next see that when you all play humans from the Scouring trying to survive in the warp. It's gonna be fun.
It's cool. We all get to roll our made RPG radiations.
Long story short, the Scouring was right after the Heresy, where the Imperium, shattered as it was, tried to clean up what left with the chaos that was left in the Imperium after the Heresy. It was like taking a giant dustpan and just sweeping the Heresy to dump it into the warp. After they cleaned up most of the broken glass.
It didn't go so well.
Yep,
Did
you
it
guys are
look-
gonna get to play Solar Auxilia. It's gonna be fun.
Ooh.
Basically,
Ooh.
the surviving Space Marines said, got together and said, "Have you ever had that thing look at you funny? If the answer is yes, we kill it or throw it in the warp,
Fair
just
enough.
to make sure chaos isn't left behind."
Everyone got really paranoid after that. I think the beheading was actually either during that period or after. It was hilarious.
It was after.
Oh, still the beheading was hilarious.
I'm just
What
gonna
happens-
preemptively open the wiki page for the Solar Auxilia and just read this.
Oh,
on
they were
screen.
the Imperial Guard.
It's good. I got this. I got the page open.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be fun to stat out that regiment. Probably me and project me and Merzendia will work on before that. Anyways,
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
all right. So, you guys get about here-ish. After about 2 weeks traveling in the warp before Marion needs to take you out to take a rest. And during this time, you know what? We'll all get all the way to the Void Sentinel fleet before we end the session. Hey, Rem. How do you feel about another willpower test to make sense of all the crazy that's going through your head right now?
Oh, sure. I'd love to. Can I spend my other fate point to reroll?
You don't have 2 fate points anymore.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. You had 2. You burned 1.
He had 4 and he burned
Oh.
2.
He had 4 and he burned 2. Never mind then. I thought he had 2. Never mind. All right. Yeah, you can
You're
spend your
thinking
other
of
one.
my characters.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of me and your characters, Bob.
Yeah. Just...
Good old melty face.
McCraw also, I think, had 2 fate as well.
All right. So, you get more visions of what happened. You see the Agarians as they were, and as they were really hideous. You know how they build really, really big things? They were actually a squat race about a meter tall and were insectile. You remember all of those little portals up?
Overcompensation knows no racial bounds.
All those little passageways and portals that seem to be too high off the ground to reach. Yeah, that's because they were little cockroaches that flew. Really disgusting. But they were somewhat endeared to by the doom of Agaria, which actually, rather enjoyed, the tasty souls that they would offer up to it as a matter of course, and say, laid clutches of eggs in the thousands, and it would, eat half and, teach them new forms of revelry and using warp powers, and is you see other things as it goes on. You see what to you, what to it was the birth of very annoying creatures that tried to play around in the warp after it noticed one time that the warp tasted different. And that the little squat reptilian things had done something to it. It didn't really care to find out. It was only annoyed when this poison started making 3 or was it 4? It doesn't know. Some separate entities in the warp that he reached out and proclaimed themselves as lords and master. It never really cared. And as time went on, its subjects seemed to. It felt a stirring in its subjects as they turned from the all-consuming worship and subjugation, servitude to it, to these other new youngsters that started to, that started to whisper into their minds. And that's all you know for now. All right, so you guys have popped out in the exit over here. Yeah, pretty much. It made that exact sound. The warp is weird like that.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like a slide whistle as well sometimes.
Have we stopped in a star system or just in dark space?
You have stopped at the very edge of a star system. You guys don't need to scan. It's rather dead. There's nothing here that really ever existed. The only thing of interest is that it seems like a very young star system, and at the very edges of circling one of its larger rocky masses is an asteroid field with very, very large chunks of water.
Let's note the star system on our charts. Easily mineable resources are always valuable.
I will confirm that it's not Catan.
Ah.
Catan are stars vampires.
And they can't do anything with the warp anyways, so it can't be that.
Mhm.
It's more along like the lines of the enslavers, something that was in the warp before the warp is the way it is today.
Yeah.
It thought enslavers were tasty, by the way.
Yeah, it probably ate a lot of them.
That's creepy. For it to like enslavers.
This
I like
is
to eat them. To actually eat them.
yeah. Stray, you have done a very good job at portraying a 40k Great Old One. It's fucking terrifying.
Whee! I did it, guys. I'm helping.
It getting trapped is why the enslavers were such a huge problem to the old ones. Or like
They weren't a problem to the old ones. They were a boon to the old ones. They were a problem to the Catan and the Necrontyr.
No, they screwed over the old
They,
ones.
they
with
ate
that
the
too.
they ate the old ones at the it's one of the reasons why the old one empires
The
fell.
old ones were practically extinct by the time the Enslaver Plague started.
Yeah.
Not from what I read.
No, it basically the enslavers finished them off.
Yeah. They basically the Necrons with their new power broke the old ones, and then the old ones empire they were trying to consolidate, and then enslaver infestations finished them off.
Yeah,
Became very tasty.
Enslaver infestations came through their
I'll-
elder children. and
Anyways,
finished them off.
I'll admit I haven't read the more recent Necron books. I'm going by book.
It's
Good one.
There's some weird
Unfortunately-
contradictions at that time.
Unfortunately, it's GW, so I guarantee that every single one of us is right now. Just in
Yeah.
different editions.
Yeah.
I just think you're all wrong. There you go.
Yeah, get
Take
outta
that as
here.
you will. Fucking dorks.
All right. So, anyways, Marion is gonna have to take a few days to recover. And hey, Ambrosia, do me a solid and make a difficult. Let's see what kind of test I want to do for this. Let's see. Hang on. I need to mute the herd Twitch right now.
Yeah. Set yourself to do not disturb. It's easier that way.
But I need to
it's-
also pay attention because I've set myself to do not disturb before, and people have sent me messages in Rogue Traders chat. So that's generally, anyways. So let's have you make a awareness test. That sounds like something you can do.
a difficult awareness test.
Doesn't sound like something you can do.
Do you not have awareness trained?
I fail. I did not roll a natural 1. I do not have awareness trained, no.
Come on, what players do you think this is? Don't worry, I joined in the not having awareness train, but I've got shit tons of perception.
I have awareness.
Yeah, but I really doubt you're going to be allowed down there. You know what? I won't punish you. You can
I'm
remake
sorry,
it as
I finally put points into common law navy, so you'd stop bitching about me just using Tactica Imperialis.
Fair.
All right. Well,
A difficult perception test, yeah.
yeah.
2 degrees of success.
Yeah, sure. Percent, but it makes more sense than awareness, anyways. When you're squinting at your brother and you can see like some of his wounds like start healing, and floating away, you could swear, just for a second, you could swear that the flakes of skin and scar tissue, you could swear that they looked rather fungal.
That could mean one of two things.
So, anyways, it takes a few days, and you guys are gonna go back into the warp for more adventures.
Do
I
we
lied,
not
I
get
can
a
do
chance
awareness.
To do RP stuff?
Oh yeah, you totally
later?
get a chance to RP stuff. I thought that was a, was Rula allowed? Oh wait, hang on, Rula, have you let yourself be allowed to get down there?
Have I let myself be allowed to? I've probably gone near it because I needed to go through that surgery.
All right. Well, Ambrosia, did you give Rula permission to like go see your brother while he's being put back together?
She mentions it primarily as just curiosity. She's close by while she's going to be getting worked on for a while, and walking around the ship might not be as so fun when she's having her face worked on.
This is still in a secret location. Well, not a secret location, but this isn't where like even party members go to get patched up. This is in the like triple blast door sealed secret lab that the guy has.
The heresy room.
Yeah.
Would this
The
be
heresy room does happen to be, adjacent to the murder servitor room.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you
Would this-
tell her about the secret room where he's being put back together?
No, I do not tell her about the heresy room.
Okay.
Do I discover the heresy room?
So now, yep, this is the next test. Do you discover the heresy room? An inquiry will not avail you in this, is what I was going to say, simply because only like 2 people know where it is.
Okay.
Trust me, those few
So-
crewmen who have accidentally discovered it, they ended up in the pods.
The only crewmen who know about it likely have volator implants that don't let them tell you.
Okay. What kind of test would it be?
I guarantee you the only people... I guarantee you that the only people that know about this are servitors and like 2 people.
I'll give myself like a -20 awareness.
Hang on. Let me see what I'd want you to do. There is no like investigation in this game.
There's investigation type skills.
Yeah.
But
You to parry no, scrutiny no. You know what? Yeah, it'd be how hidden is Argus's is Cal's lab of heresy? Guys?
quite.
Okay, because I know there are rules for hidden compartments somewhere, and I think that's minus 20 to notice something a hidden compartment. I think that would be an awareness test.
Finding a hidden
I
location.
Don't worry about it.
Technically be
It's okay.
security.
It doesn't matter. I rolled it regardless. It doesn't matter what skill I apply. 100 isn't gonna do it. So don't worry. I don't find the your fungus brother.
Yeah, you don't find the heresy room where they're using a very specific type of glue to put them back together. You know.
They're using no more nails. And Marcus comes out the tube and he has no more nails.
Yeah, I was going to say it's either going to be how securities is going to be how if the thing was not arduous. What's a
Hellish.
if it was going to be hellish or the one just below that?
A really hard time.
Yeah, -50 or -70, basically.
It only goes up to -60, and that's
Well,
hellish.
-50 or -60. Sorry. Anyways.
-70 is demonic. It goes beyond hellish.
Individual modifiers can go up to 70, but the total modifiers on a roll can only go up to 60. It's weird that way.
Yippers. So,
Yeah, it's fine. I don't see it. So, yeah. Instead, I'm with. I guess it would be Beat Boop then.
no, Cal is a janitor, so he's the one going to be installing a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Beep Boop is the guy that you go to when you want like stuff fixed on the ship, not the guy to put in bionics.
Oh, okay, cool. All right then. So yeah, she gets a good MIU, a good Twitch mask, interkeratic implants, and a good cybernetic right arm.
Excellent. Now, would you allow me to put you under for some of these experimentations?
I'm happy to be under for the part where my face gets lifted off and stuff gets put underneath it.
Excellent. Now just inhale.
Wait, 1 sec. Done.
And this is the part where I take a little bit of her gray matter.
And how much corruption points does Genetical actually have? Because I feel like it's a lot by this point.
You don't get corruption from doing stuff like taking people's gray matter and stuff like that. You get corruption from chaos cause stuff.
He only has corruption of 6, believe it or not.
He might have high insanity.
Yeah. That's the other thing, you know. Anyways, or he just might be a friggin' tech priest, man. You can never tell. Yeah. Fucking Magos Daedalus. Goddamn.
He's a great man. He's literally stealing a chunk of brain.
It's for a good cause.
It isn't.
Yes, it is.
All right. So how much harm do I take?
No, I'm going to rest assured he doesn't take you. I'm not going to allow you to take anything that actually damages a player character when you're putting in implants.
Oh no, it's just minor amounts of gray matter, the unimportant bits.
It'll grow back.
Yeah, it's the part that grows back.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably just
roll a 1d
spinal fluid.
Let's go. Roll a 1d1000. Or 3d100. Pick a page on a dictionary, then roll another 3d100. Pick another page on a dictionary, and then from then on, when you pick a random word off that page, you say the other word on the other page.
You're not the GM.
That's far too complicated.
That sounds like a fuck ton of work.
That sounds like a lot of work. But also, yeah, no, there are no parts of the brain that grow back. Fucking mongoloids. I don't want any.
I can make it grow back.
The brain doesn't grow back. I mean, it will accommodate for missing pieces. No part of a brain grows back. It doesn't.
Then it'll accommodate. Don't worry about it. It's just a little gray matter.
That's what the word salid's for.
Now shush. Alright, so is there anything you guys would like to do while your navigator is taking a few days to stop the brain from hurting?
Yes. We have a resolution arena aboard the ship.
I shouldn't crack like that when I bend over. That hurt.
Oh God, Rem, no.
You,
What?
are you feeling okay, dude?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm okay.
That's like the thumbs up from off screen.
Just one day we're gonna hear a loud crack, and we're just going to hear a cry from Rem. Lucifer, you owe me!
No, we'll hear a crack and then we'll hear off in the distance, honk!
So long as...
Satan, you owe me. You make me giggle and jiggle.
What was it? Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, one of you
Satan.
guys, do something!
Satan, you owe me! My favorite part of that entire series is just when he's circling the, aside from Zap Brannigan, is when he's just circling the drain and he just says, "With my last breath, I curse Zoidberg!"
Oh, that was a great series.
All right. Sorry about that. Merzendi had something she wanted to do.
Y'all want to go around and do it again?
I understood that reference, but Merzendi had something she wanted to do, so.
The ship has a resolution arena, so I'm going to have some of the Praetorian Guard see that it's clear, and then invite Cat.
Cat scratch fever.
Wait, what am I being invited to?
Duel to the death.
A meeting.
This sounds very formal.
You're instructed to bring your sword.
Very formal.
Okay, yeah, he's
So
actually gonna.
he puts on his tuxedo underpants. Gotcha.
No, I think he's actually gonna bother actually dressing himself and making him look presentable. It's the other half of Ash Williams. The sexy part.
His
Oh,
chin
God.
his chin gets its own tie.
Oh yes. Okay, after spending about, I guess, 2 hours bathing, scraping the gunk off, he then gets dressed. Then actually bothers to get dressed in what would be appropriate for an imperial night. And then he follows the behest of the. Yeah, exactly. Like. Behest of the.
Say, how do you feel about rolling fellowship?
Me? Yeah, just a flat fellowship.
I mean, unless you have charm.
Not only is it trained, I got 1 mark in it.
So that's
the
a
mark
tip
would
in
be-
a 53 with a 5.
If he only has 1, that just means he can roll at 43.
No, it's that 1 is trained. I have 2.
Oh, you have 2. I get you. So he crit succeeds.
I'm gonna roll deceive here.
I'll be rolling to observe.
Bob, please roll scrutiny.
Oh God, I am not trained in scrutiny whatsoever.
Doesn't matter, you noticed.
Wow.
I mean, I got 4 degrees of success. He got 1.
Yeah.
Ooh, my hair's too thick for that Dapper Dan. I need Stronghold.
Dapper Dan.
No, seriously, my hair is so thick. I've clogged buzzers before. It's not even funny.
I was just referencing like the best movie of all time, but continue. Sorry.
Yeah, seriously, barbers hate me.
You're not fair, Rula, unless you've rolled stealth.
Oh, I thought this was like an open thing.
No, I
Oh.
sent my Praetorian Guard to, see that it's been cleared out.
Oh, I thought you
Said
meant
that
it's like you just
specifically.
wanted people like the Praetorian Guard to be the viewership as opposed to all the plebs, and I'd be like, I can totally sneak in then. But no, if that's the case, then no, I'm busy. I don't know what, just recovering essentially from getting a face cut open.
I mean, you're a seneschal. You can totally understand what's going on. Also, you were there. They were there in footfall for a really long time. You do remember. You keep forgetting. You were there for like a month.
Yeah.
So some of that would have already been done.
Yeah, I feel like that was probably the last one to get done. It's like, I should just wait until we're in space because I'm going to need this face for other things, like sociable things, while I'm footfall. So yeah, she's finally had that done, so if she winces too hard, it makes her face transform because it's all still settling.
So when Cat arrives, Ambrosia very quickly glances away, though
Le
can't
swoon.
tell what she's thinking.
But we all know, in our heart of hearts.
We all know.
Yeah,
Ash
he
got game.
has sort of managed to be a fucking dashing knight. Yes.
I was waiting for it to be
You
a public
love it,
term.
baby.
So, Cat, I could not help but notice that you are a sword of exceptional note. I had wondered if you sparred.
Yes, it is. It is surprisingly a bit of a hobby of mine.
The tool of death.
Truly. Most excellent. It is likewise one of mine, though I have had little opportunity to indulge it. Would you spar with me, Sir Cat?
It would be my pleasure, baby. Or baby or babe? Which one fits better?
I mean, Ash does both.
Sugar? Sugar Mama? Nah, Sugar Mama's way too.
Sugar
no,
Mama's way
no.
too block.
Yeah, way too. No.
I think Babe is probably better than Baby.
Babe. Yeah, babe. Definitely babe.
I should warn you, my preferred style, as of late, has been with 2 matched swords. If that would be a problem for you, then of course we can find something else.
He's sort of indecisive for a moment, but he no. I like to take up opportunities for a challenge. It's a style I myself have not had much experience against. And Just say it looks like the company will be great anyway.
Very well. I trust your skills, Cat, but you may use your blade and you won't simply gut me. I assume you have the same faith in me.
He just sort of. Let me see. Just what would be a good way to? Of course, I do, babe. Okay.
It's a +10 strength, but doesn't give you any weapon skill bonus.
That's more what I was. It's not unnatural strength. It's just +10 to strength.
It's literally just another 10 strength that goes on your character sheet. And if it's a good quality, you also get +10 to your agi for finite control.
Oh,
Well,
Plus-
it's only when you're using that on.
This is true.
his-
That's why I had to specify mine was my right. I'm not ambidextrous.
Yeah.
There's not a chance in hell that I would be ambidextrous. This character is the worst in fighting ever. She's fucking she cannot shoot for shit, she cannot fight. Actually, I say she can't shoot for shit. She's got a 40 ballistic skill. So, but that's it. There's no other training, anything on top of it.
And a
Welcome to
really,
Anna's
really,
world.
It's
and
a
a really, really
sweet
sweet gun.
It's a very sweet gun. It probably won't see masses of use unless it gets the opening shot and then I run away. It'll only see use once, and it should hopefully be all the use that needs to occur.
To be fair, I'm fairly certain that it can kill pretty much most of what it would aim at.
Unless it dodges or has a force field or something like
Yeah.
that. If it actually lands a hit, then yeah, it'll kill any man-sized target.
woohoo.
Also, you should maybe consider actually upgrading Scout to the stats of the Astartes grade Infernus pistol. Since it's a salamander relic,
That's true. I honestly at the time wasn't really thinking. I was just throwing some stuff together because I had a bunch of other stuff. I'll do that
Yeah.
while you guys are RPing, actually.
Okay.
The example thing is on the G-Doc.
What?
The G-Doc for Weapon Master list includes Astartes grade Inferno pistol.
Was that posted today? I don't remember.
Yesterday. It's penned anyway.
Okay, I got it.
Um,
We'll see. Yeah.
Ambrosia will unclasp her chitin cloak and reveal that she's wearing close-fitting carapace armor rather than her regular light power armor. This being slightly more disposable if you fuck up.
Good. I'm trying to think of the face he makes. He makes googly eyes, basically. Just nah, nah.
Everyone knows the approving Ash Williams nod. The
Mhm.
chin.
Oh yeah.
Shall I roll charm, actually? See how good she looks?
If you want. For some reason, you're. Oh, there we go. That's on the list. There we go.
Oh
Yeah,
no. Not
I'm
again.
gonna spend a fate point because fuck this shit. I don't like this shit.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
there you go.
There we go.
Fuck this shit out.
That's Likewise, 5 degrees of success on looking good.
Oh no. Oh no, it's happening. No, God. Yeah, you might have a legacy quicker than you think.
All right, Scout. Basically, all you do with the Astartes Inferno pistol is add 2 to your damage. So
Nice.
2d10. So it'd be yours. Actually, is 3d10 plus 12.
Nice.
Your magazine is the one that Scout's carrying is pretty much better in every other regard.
It would require 2 hands. But
Nah.
He customized it for the smaller
I don't know.
people.
It's. I already did that. I don't want to really bother him.
So, yeah, Bob, since both of our characters have, the same amount of distracting charm degrees of success, what do you say we resolve this with this, sparring with, 3 opposed weapon skill tests? Applying appropriate weapon bonuses as appropriate.
Rem, you are still tapper-tappery. One day, push to talk. Be sweet.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of all the bonuses I have to melee. Quick draw. Those like sheer strike and lightning strike are the only two, but I think lightning strike is an extra attack.
Yeah, lightning strike is extra attacks. Sure strikes lets you make cold attacks more readily.
Easier, yeah. Okay, so I don't think I have any any talent that gives me a boost to weapon skill. And as far as I know, does best quality
Plus 10.
plus 10? All right. So that's the only bonus I have, the weapon skill. So let's get this over with.
Straight.
Yeah.
Since I have 2 swords and will be using them both at once, with the 2 weapon fighting talent and then with the extras, can I make 2 tests? But with a minus 10 for each one of Bob's and take the better one.
Sure. You are using 2 weapons after all.
So would you like to start, Bob?
Sure.
So my first one. You really easily win the first one. Okay. Second one.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Holding your own, Bob. You handsome devil, you. The chin.
She's distracted by the chin.
Cats.
Okay.
This is about what Bob looks like right now.
2-1, and you also win on overall degrees of success. So, Bob, would you like to narrate how it goes?
Ting, 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 ting.
Tong.
Oh Lord. Oh. Hmm.
Voice chat, by the way, for how Bob looks.
It has been seen. Fierce quantities of chin.
Oh yes.
He's got a. I believe I made the joke before about his chiness.
Nope. No, I don't believe so.
Actually, if you squint your eyes a little bit, the tip of his chin kind of looks like a fist.
Exactly. No, a bit like a fist and a little bit like a glance. I don't even know that this was safe for Twitch, but enjoy. It's Bruce Campbell's glorious chiness.
Wonderful. Yes.
All right. So they start off relatively serious, like, you know, relatively dedicated to the Ambrosia leads. She gets deflected by Cat. She does like a pirouette to try and stab, but he uses the momentum from deflecting her first blow to just sort of he gets sort of lucky, and she sort of trips, and he like catches her. However, she then pretty much stamps on his foot and turns around, and he gets a lucky shot in. And
I approve of that canon.
It seems I know I had to put in somewhere for that that crit right there. Had to be for like doing some smooth actions,
Yeah.
but it led to him get hit on the last round.
I like it.
Yes.
Somehow a rose appears in your teeth. Diddle-a-dung. Diddle-a-ding. If it weren't for the fact that it was 4 AM, I'd go quickly grab the guitar and give you just the chan 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 chan.
This is good.
Delightful.
I like your style, babe.
Ambrosia nods, now slightly blushing. You handle yourself admirably, Sakat.
I also handled you admirably. Swish.
You're surprisingly good with swords.
Smooth.
Smooth.
Yeah. I'm not good with speech. I assume my character's a little bit smoother than that. Bruce Campbell.
Yes, you insert a few words and then Bruce Campbell turns it into liquid air chocolate, baby.
Yes.
You could say, now it depends on how Bruce Campbell's feeling, because sometimes he'd say something along the lines of, "It seems you can handle a hilt."
This is
that
true.
was more what I was going
he
for.
might do something that isn't a sexual innuendo.
Which Bruce Campbell are we talking about here? This is important.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one where he's fluttering back and forth between comedy and horror.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good times.
Well, I have had ample opportunity to come to measure myself against many blades.
And I'd like to measure myself against your blades again.
You are one of the few to actually defeat me.
This is where Bruce Campbell says it sounds like they came up lacking.
I was going to make a thing about asking how well he measures up.
Yes. Yes.
What? Oh no, my voice. My brain.
Thoughts?
See, one of the.
You could do insert Bruce Campbell here charm test.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad I measure up. Oh, watch me. Yeah, that was a bad pun. Wait, how much fate points do I have?
No. The bad pun was still there. Just every fate point means that he tries to quickly do another pun after it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it was just followed
I'll
by
let
another
you-
pun.
Come on, did he get the point?
Bob,
When life
if you
gives you
have
lemons, throw them at zombies.
if you have a fate point, you can throw it at that. You know what? I was going to give you a temporary fate point anyways for how you were dealing with your thrown mechanicum, so you can use that if you want to make that a success.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I do have to make that a success.
I just never got around to it because I got distracted listening to your roleplay. It's great. This entire thing is great.
Okay, who's gonna feed him the lime?
Man,
'Cause
I'm in no condition to think of good Bruce Campbell lines right now, man.
I'm not a smooth
I'm
operator.
actually just looking up Bruce Campbell lines, but actually just Bruce Campbell the person. Dude's fucking solidly quotable all the goddamn time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Unlike most actors, I did not have a horrible childhood. Most actors have had miserable childhoods, and they go into acting to hide from their real life. I had no problem playing in the woods all day. People just sort of left me alone. I think I'm gonna go back to those woods.
Bruce Campbell is amazing. I follow him on Twitter, and it's a laugh riot, man. He's a great guy.
It's only
All
a shame
men
that
think they're fascinating. In my case, it's justified.
Look at his Twitter. He just wrote a
Uh,
haiku.
Yeah, his Twitter's great.
Groovy. There you go. I'll put him on the little old following there. Good old stuff.
When a small child casts a long shadow, the end of the day is near.
I mean, that's. Or just beginning.
Yes.
There are a lot of pictures of people's feet in the distance. Alright, cool. Great. That happened.
Yep.
I was sort of hoping one of you guys would come up with the Bruce Campbell appropriate lines, so I would have
Yes.
something to go off of.
Yeah.
No, because didn't he fluff the role? So he did his line and it wasn't a great one. He went,
No.
well, you
Oh,
know.
No, he spent 2 fate points to get a single degree of success.
Well, next time when maybe swords are crossing, they can do so a little bit more closely. Perhaps a longer meeting.
He just implied that she had a dick, because that's all I was getting. 2 swords across.
Hey, I don't judge.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that was the actual line I'm gonna roll scrutiny. Is he gay?
No, he's
I
not
have
gay.
3 degrees of success on his
Wait, is this a 3 degrees of success? But you critically scrutinized for gaydar?
Yes.
It depends.
He's mechanico-sexual.
No, he can't be. No, he was just reaching out for a pun, and that's the one. It's a good pun, but it's just a good pun.
Okay.
He's trying to be smooth, but he sort of flubbed it. Success, but a fail at the same time. Just him trying to be cute. Is he gay? No, I think he just was trying to be cool and just sort of flubbed it up. Okay.
Well, Sakat. I'm sure we will find plenty of ways in which to cross our swords. For now, I am going to retire to my chambers.
There you go. The 3 degrees of success and failure. Non-entendre does take actually a special level of failure, I feel. It's just so good. It's a boner. A boner is here now,
Yes.
baby. I love Chris Straub. He's a good dude.
Oh, is that really Chainsaw Suit?
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
Ooh, they released a new killer for Dead by Daylight.
I saw the crazy. I like that they did a new map, but that's what I know about it.
Yeah, the crazy axe lady.
Hmm.
Yeah, she can throw axes at people, so get the people who are just running the fuck away from you.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's actually covering a pretty solid tactic by some people.
I mean, yes, no, running away is how you don't die in that game.
Yeah, but I guess this killer was specifically designed to counter sprint builds.
I don't. Okay. Fair enough. Dead by Daylight. But can we continue on anyway? I'm sure the people
Yes.
would like to wrap up.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end of this is a wrap up.
Yep. So do these two want some fuck?
Yeah, that's.
Does he have blue?
Ambrosia has said she's retiring to her chambers.
Oh, actually, I didn't hear that.
This is where Cat needs to roll scrutiny.
Yeah. do you let it pass by? If you fail, then
Yeah.
you wake up, like at 3 in the morning. Damn it!
Yeah. Nah. He's got the Bruce Campbell going for him. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say he gets the inference. So,
Oh,
do you help Ambrosia retire to her chambers?
you know I do.
All right.
He's the perfect
All
gentleman and walks her there.
Yes.
Roll opposed agility to see who's on top. She does, in fact, have a lot of swords in her closet.
She learned something from the
Oh.
Deldar.
Yeah.
I'm spending a fate point to reroll.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's okay.
Wow,
Ambrosia
look at all these multiples of 10 here.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. So Ambrosia wins and ends up on top. And so we will leave the session off with you guys entering the warp again to do your second out of 3 warp jumps to make it all the way across the sector. So, good session, everybody. I highly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it
Fun.
so much that you're getting an extra 100 stray enjoyed it points. 500 XP.
Nice.
Ha! Oh, okay. I see where you're going for there.
Nice. Ah, the Emperor's loophole.
It's his butt, not
Oh,
Yeah, it was
hers.
his butt.
Oh.
That's why she was on top.
nice.
Oh, okay
Yeah,
then.
that's why I said. That's why I agreed with Elshian. She has a lot of swords in her closet.
Oh,
no.
nice.
Uh,
Okay.
Bite the pillow, cat.
I actually didn't know that about her.
Guys, in space, every day is Women's Appreciation Day.
Apparently.
Spread your cheeks and think of England.
No, no.
Cool. I didn't know she was hermaphrodite.
No,
Good
she's
to
got
know.
toys.
No, it's a
What?
strap on.
No.
That's why they're in the
She's not
closet.
hermaphroditic. She's just using a vibrating strap-on.
Yeah.
Okay. It's less fun that way, though.
But don't forget, it's a 40k vibrating strap-on, so there's probably like fucking warp stone on that thing.
It's probably hard light or something.
It's a power strap-on.
Anyways.
It's powered by souls like the Golden Throne.
Anyways. So, yeah. Good session, everybody. 500 XP all around.
Neat.
So what's our XP total now?
11,950.
Mhm.
Yep. Is there anything anyone would like to bring up before we draw the session to a close?
Thank you for running this.
Indeed. Thank you for running.
Thank you.
And thank you for letting me basically take charge of the RP bit with me.
Yeah.
Well, that's me.
Sweet. There we go. Now my awareness is at 2 dots, as is my scrutiny.
Good job.
It's super duper fucking late, so I'm afraid I will. Stray, please yell at me to spend my experience over the next 2 weeks.
And if
Alrighty.
you're watching the stream or you're watching it in the VOD, I hope that you have yourselves a lot more fucking good time, and to do take care.
Bye,
Like and
stream.
subscribe. Bye, stream.
Ciao.